The Liquid Shape Podcast with your host, Cody Perez.
Welcome, everyone, to another episode of the Liquid Shape Podcast, episode 30, I believe we're on.
Yeah.
Holy shit. That is
Whoa.
wild. We're on episode 30.
Made it.
This started in January of 2026, and here we are.
Was it January? Dang.
Yeah.
Time flies.
Time does fly. And we have a great episode for you guys today. My guests are Feral Minx and Bounce Ball Boogie with the Underground Nation podcast. I interviewed them earlier this week and had a discussion with them, and we talked all things very interesting about music, their podcast, them advocating for people with autism, and just being a good person and shit. So a great conversation. Make sure you stick around for segment 2 with my guests, where we had 2 of them for the first time. And what better way to celebrate than to have the 30th episode with my first guests that are on video?
Yeah.
So, but for now, you get us. And of course, we didn't do our intros that we normally do. What am I doing?
You keep fucking it up.
Cody Perez.
Mariah, Taz, and Lorenzo.
Which one's Taz and which one's Lorenzo, so people know? Taz is already.
Taz?
Taz? How do you tell the difference between Taz and Lorenzo? How? Because people always say that they
and
don't.
their size, but their faces. Taz has a smushed face, and then Lorenzo's not.
He's got like a little baby squirrely face. Taz is like, don't make fun of me.
Oh, he's a tough guy.
He's been on one because we have been busy this week. Let's start
Are
with
we not, I guess.
Oh,
right?
we always are. We always are. Let's start with the beginning of the week. I know we told everybody out there that on Tuesday we were doing something really cool. We were hanging out with our friends, John and Stephanie out there, that we were going to go see Static Dress, Fit for a King, Lorna Shore, and Motionless in White. So I'll let you go and talk about it first. How was it? What did you like? What stood out? What did you not like? Whatever. Give your thoughts on the show and everything in general.
It was a lot of fun. It was fun to hang out with John and Stephanie. They're great people. Really, really good people. Really sweet, sweet, sweet. I liked all the bands, really. I'm not really a huge Motionless in White fan, but that's okay. But the rest of the other bands were great. I really did like. John was like, "It's really heavy, Lorna Shore." Like,
He's giving us warnings.
he kept like looking over at me, like,
See
she
your
like
reaction?
it? Yeah, no, I'm like, I was digging it. I guess for Motionless in White, that's just, I guess, if you like it, cool. It's not my bag, but they had a great. I mean. It was their performance, even though I don't agree with their tactics. And by that, like the Bible burning and stuff on stage, didn't care for that, but to each their own.
So they did burn a Bible.
They did burn a Bible.
I got in an argument with an idiot fan person on one of the Motionless in White pages where someone made a comment about why is Fit for a King touring with Motionless in White, when I guess, I don't know if this is true or not. This is all like fans on Facebook talking about it in a community discussion, but they were giving Fit for a King a hard time because they were touring with Motionless in White, and Motionless in White was known for burning Bibles or staged Bibles in their set. And so there's a big discussion on there. And then of course this one guy goes on there and says, I've been to their shows 5 times. They're not burning any Bibles or anything like that. And I was like,
seen it with my own eyeballs,
I've seen it with my own eyes along with everyone in Portland. So
yeah.
I don't care if it was real, like as far as a real Bible or staged. The intention is there. Like it said Holy Bible, they lit it on fire, and I saw it with my own eyes. So I went and I found a video of it happening online or on YouTube, and I sent it to the guy, and I said, "You're arguing with me when you could have easily Googled this, because in Google it even says that they do a staged Bible, they burn, and you could have looked it up on YouTube, but instead you chose to argue with me and try to call me a liar and all this crap." I'm like, so here, take this, do what you will. And he didn't say anything back because he probably felt stupid, and so. And that caused me to go on a rant about how.
Well, that's just so funny because it's like, okay, for one, when was the last time you saw them? Because every tour is going to be staged different. Yeah. So maybe they haven't before, but they did this time. So I don't know. So that's not my thing. I mean, the stage, like, I thought was cool what they did with all the screens and
the
stuff.
Lights and
the
screens.
Lights. What's the lead singer's name? Chris something?
Chris Motionless, I guess. I don't know.
He seems nice and all. I mean, he was nice with the crowd. He seems like he's probably like socially kind of awkward.
Oh, I can tell he's socially
who fucking
awkward.
isn't? I am. But I just feel like for this, say, genre, but like their type of music, like he doesn't move much, which I don't know if maybe he has impairments and he can't or whatnot. But that was like my first time ever seeing someone that's like metal or metal-ish, not like headbang and stuff. Like he kind of just walks around and sings while he has like backup dancers and stage stuff. And I'm like, which is cool. It was still cool how they set that up, but he was just, I don't know. I'm used to people moving more, I guess. I don't know. Maybe that's not that big of a deal.
My two
Maybe I'm
cents.
just nitpicking. I don't know.
My 2 cents is this. I think it's tacky to burn a Bible
I do
on
too.
stage, regardless of what you believe. I mean, it
Yeah.
does look tacky, looks cheesy, looks stupid. It's been overdone.
Yeah.
And you have to do it right, or to not even do it right. But if you're going to do something like that, you really fully 100% have to commit to it. And you have to have the look
Mhm.
and the attitude with it that comes along with it. People like bands like Slayer or Marilyn Manson. It's believable when they do it, and the way that they sold it and they've done that type of stuff. I believe it. And I don't know Chris, so I don't know what he's like, but it came off very poser-ish.
It
and
did,
very
yeah.
tacky and very fake how he did it. I think if you're gonna do it, you need to go full balls and have like
That has to be
a
like
pair of testicles to be able to do that.
Yeah,
Not be kind of unsure about what I'm doing, or should I do this? Oh, I'm gonna do it just for reactions.
It's got to
And that-
kind of become your whole persona.
Yeah, you have to commit to it.
He has
and
a
like
great voice.
great voice, great, like the songs are catchy.
Yeah.
I would say that he is a little boring on stage, and that's just my personal opinion. He just kind of walked around and kind of reminded me of other vocalists and other big bands. I won't mention names, but in much bigger bands where it just sounds like you're listening to the CD and they just kind of walk the stage. And I know people out there are going to know who I'm talking about, because a very famous hard rock band, I guess you would call them, they're infamous for doing that. And it's boring. It's like, I want to see a show. I want to see you going fucking crazy and lose your mind. And maybe, I know they're all getting older and they can't do certain things. And
This
I get
guy
that.
can't be that old.
No, he's not.
I think I'm older
He's
than
not.
him.
Maybe, maybe around the same age.
I'm like,
regardless,
I don't know.
Motionless in White.
I don't know if maybe there's a mobility thing. I don't know. So I don't want to be a dick.
The show is
He's like,
cool.
I'm fucked. I can't. I'm like, my bad.
Show was cool. Just some things that were just like, why are you pushing that? Why are you doing that? Whatever. To each their own. It's their show.
Yeah.
Lorna Shore was badass.
Yeah.
They surprised me because I don't like deathcore.
I'm not same. I'm not usually into it, but like they put on a great show. The guy the rain, I forgot. I'm so bad. Like I don't remember the lead singer's name.
Will Ramos.
Will. His range is wild. Like I was really impressed by that.
The things he can do with his voice are just incredible.
Yeah. It's like how he can just take it. Burn.
And then John was telling some things about like that they've done tests or studies on it, and
he's like
seen the inside of his vocal cords to see like how he does certain things, and he's done no damage to his vocals.
And they were saying, him and Stephanie were saying he can he twists his voice box, like even the chick doing the study, because she's doing a handful of metal singers that can do the screaming and the, what do you call it when you do the like deathcore, what is that? There's
guttural vocals, there's pig squeals, there's all sorts of techniques that.
So all that stuff just to see like how that, if it damages or like what that's like. And so I guess even the chick doing the study was like, I don't know how you're doing that with your voice box. Like you shouldn't be able to, but apparently he can. I'm like, that's cool.
They put on an awesome niche. They put on an awesome show, and the lights were awesome. I would see them live again. Yeah. Would I listen to them on CD? Probably not. It's not
feel like for me, that's a band I need to see live.
Yeah.
I don't know that I'm going to listen to you like on Spotify or just on my day-to-day life, but show, absolutely.
Yep. So I would see them live again. Fit for a King was awesome. I love the heaviness. I love the melodic and how they switch it up and down.
Yeah.
As first time seeing them for me.
Yeah.
I liked them. There are a lot of people that talked them up, and
the lead singer has pretty hair, long hair.
And then Static Dress, I wasn't really impressed by them. They
were all right. You know who they kind of remind me of, like in a sense? What is Corey Taylor's son's band's name?
Vended?
Kind of like a Vended, but different. I don't know. The vibe was kind of similar.
I didn't get that.
But different, because they're different. Does that make any sense? I don't know.
Yeah.
What the fuck do I know? Nothing.
But, I mean, overall, great show. We had a great time. John and Stephanie are always fun to hang out with.
Absolutely.
So it was cool hanging out with them, and we had a great time with them, and did my fasting. So remember last week we were talking about how I was doing fasting. I only lasted 43 hours.
Damn,
I gave in. And you know what happened? I blame this girl right here. Our friend Judy hooked us up with some bomb-ass tamales.
Gracias, Judy.
Like homemade tamales from her family. And we had them the first night when we got them.
Yeah, this drunk bitch.
And I think we had them the next day too.
This drunk bitch was eating them in the car on the way.
And so I was trying to go for 3 days for fasting, and I made it 43 hours, and then I'm laying on the couch, and then Mariah, of course, sits down with a tamale right by my head. I smell the fucking tamale that she just heated up, and I'm like...
And then once he said something, I was like, oh, fuck, I forgot you're fasting.
I forgot you're fasting. She's like,
I'm so sorry. Like,
I'm like, no, it's fine. And then as soon as he went upstairs, I yelled, and I said, hey, guess what? I think I'm going to give in. I'm going to have a tamale now. And so I had a tamale. And then later... later I had a piece of pizza from the venue, which was pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
It was from Ranch Pizza.
Yeah, I had a couple bites. That was really good. Yeah,
delicious pizza. But
I like the way the pepperoni's cup
Yep. So I did 43 hours, which is awesome. I think
That's a long time.
it's a long time. And like I said, I'm doing it for the health benefits of it.
Yeah.
And I believe I'm going to do it again tomorrow. So I'm going to go all tomorrow fasting into Tuesday. And I'll probably start eating again in the evening. So I'll have dinner on Tuesday. After tonight's dinner, we're having pasta, making spaghetti. The sauce is slowly cooking downstairs. I'm excited. But I'm going to fast. Won't eat tomorrow. And I won't eat till Tuesday at dinner time, probably around 6:30 when you get home from work. And yeah, I think I'm going to make that a regular thing on Mondays. And then if I can do it maybe Wednesday or Thursday or something like that, I don't know. It might be hard. I'm going to try it. We'll see what happens. And then let's see, Wednesday. What happened Wednesday? Did we do anything?
Gosh, I'm old.
I know we've had a busy week, and so things start blurring together.
Maybe you had did you have like an interview or something? I'm like, I don't have anything on my
I had my podcast, I believe. The one that people are going to hear here on segment 2. And then Thursday was practice. We got together and jammed because we're getting ready for the show that we just did last night in Salem, which was fucking awesome. We'll get to that here in a moment. But we also have some shows coming up in California this weekend that we're going to be driving down to California to play. Redding, California at the Dip, and then we're playing Black Bomb Metal Fest in Sonora, California on Saturday.
Yeah.
So we'll be on a little road trip, the band, American Overdose, down in California. We haven't been in California in years. When I say years, I mean years. I think the last time we played California, it might have been 2013.
Really?
Yeah, that's how long it's been.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
I wish we're going down to LA and Hollywood and all that, but not at this time. We have some plans for potentially next year to do some things in California, but we'll see if that goes through or not. So we jammed. And then Friday, what do we do?
We were just kind of lazy.
We hung out because
there was
kept it low key.
So like it's really cool. Oregon City, where we live, they have a thing called Porch Fest. So it's just a whole bunch of bands and whatnot. It's really cool. We went last year, but it was this weekend, but jam packed again this weekend. But it started Thursday or Friday. And so Friday, he's like, "Do you want to go?" And I feel so bad, but I was like, I know Saturday is going to be such a late night. I'm like, I can't go. I got to be a little lazy. And then we had stuff today too. So
we kept it low key and light on Friday evening. Mm-hmm. But then Saturday came around, we were up early as fuck and moving things around everywhere. Got downtown by like noon. Yeah. We had to unload, and we played our big hometown show. Pretty much sold out. We haven't got the official numbers, but I'm pretty sure it's sold out, or at least got close to like a smidge under 200 people in there. It's jam packed. And so shout out to all you guys that bought tickets.
Yeah,
anyone that didn't buy tickets, don't even say shit, because we've been promoting the show since January. If your intentions were to go to the show, you would have bought tickets long before the day of, where all of a sudden something came up that you couldn't show up. So shout out to the folks that did come out, and to those of you that missed out, you really missed out. And maybe next time, maybe not. Who knows?
The show was awesome.
The show was amazing.
So much fun.
The bands all kicked ass.
Yeah.
So
shout out all three. Yeah.
Shout out to Pitch Black Mass. Yep. Shout out to Proven.
Absolutely.
And then my boys at American Overdose and our crew, and you and Judy killing it on the merch, man. Fuck.
Yeah.
We almost sold as much merch. We almost sold as much merch as we sold at Rock
I
Fest,
was sweating.
if you can believe that.
I was working my ass off. I was sweating, and and Judy was just my light gal, because we weren't close enough to like a plug-in to use our lights and stuff. So she was coming in clutch with the iPhone.
I love it. I wish I could have seen it.
Oh yeah, we had a great little system. So it was great. I was just working through, but I will say this till I'm blue in the face. I love American Overdose fans. Like, you guys are all so great, and I love connecting with you guys. And there's some heavy hitters, the ones that we always see, that I know are OG fans. I may not remember your names, but I know your faces. But it's just so great to see you, give you a hug, you buy merch. It's so great that you support and show up. It's just, everybody's so nice, and because it was an all ages show too, which is nice, so everybody could bring their kids.
There was a lot of young teenagers.
There was a lot of teenagers. Like, there was so many cute girls, like, in line, just trying to buy merch, but then it's loud, and I'm like, ha. They're like, I want that shirt. I'm like, okay, what size? And they're like, no, that shirt. And I'm like, what size? And they're like, oh, sorry. And I'm like, no, you're adorable. It's cool.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love that I love that we're able to be playing in front of
Yeah.
younger crowds now, because that just means that we're going to be hip, and then they're going to be telling their friends about it, and then it
Yeah.
spreads like a wildfire.
Mhm.
That's how bands blow up and shit.
Mhm.
And
It was just a really, really good vibe. There's always a good vibe
always,
with
American
your
Overdose shows
shows.
are
Yeah.
always a good vibe. And
Everybody's so sweet and loving. Yeah.
we do, and I know all the bands say that, but we truly
Yeah.
do have the best fucking fans.
Yep.
And it's weird saying that word fans, but that's just, I guess that's a appropriate word. Even if you're a friend, if you support
Yeah.
the band, you like the music and whatnot, you're considered a fan, I
I'm a
guess.
fan.
But I consider the fans friends too.
Yeah.
We build relationships and friendships with these folks that come and support the bands. And like you said, I am horrible, absolutely horrible with names, and it's nothing personal. I do that with my
No.
own
Yeah.
personal friends that I hang out with. I fuck up their names all the time. I'm better with faces,
Yep.
and I'm better with if you remind me of something crazy that happened at one point with interaction or whatever that we had. That's how I remember things.
Yeah.
My younger days were partying, so if you met me or we hung out when I was drinking and partying and shit, there's a good chance I don't remember it.
That's fair.
So there's that part of it. So you gotta be specific with when you're talking
Yeah.
about, like, oh, I met you here, I met you there. But I had a great time. So many great people I had not seen in years showed up. A lot of the regulars, like you said, showed up, and I love seeing them just as much as the new people. And a lot of brand new faces that had never heard of us.
Yeah.
We
That-
until the day of the show, or until the
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
We invested a lot, and I mean a lot of money in ads. Like, if I told you guys how much we invested in ads, you'd probably be like, what?
Taz was just looking at you like, are you
Yeah.
serious,
He's
Clark?
like, that could have been treats, Dad. But I invested a lot of money in ads on TikTok, on Facebook, and on Instagram. And we were promoting this show like crazy. So it doesn't surprise me that it did as well as it did. But that's what it takes. It takes you investing money. I don't understand how a lot of these musicians and bands expect that just by making a post online, that's enough. Or by telling people, oh, we're playing a show. You have to invest in ads, and you have to target them. And then you have to, and then the ads, you have to watch them like a baby.
Well, yeah.
You have to watch them and see how they're doing. And then you might have to make some changes on like where you're targeting, or the type of people you're targeting, the age group, whatever.
Well, and you have to remember too, with just a post, it just depends on everybody's algorithm
That
too.
too.
So it's going to get missed. Like I was just talking today at the event we were just at, and it's like, if we're talking Facebook, because I'm not really on it and I don't interact that much on it. So it's like, I won't see my friend's posts for 2 weeks. And I'm like, oh shit, like this big thing happened, good or bad, whatever. And it's like,
Yeah.
and I'm like, fuck, am I a dick? Well, no, it's just my algorithm.
And on this one, since we had an ad running, everyone was seeing this.
I was
Like,
seeing them. Remember, I would show you
thousands.
my phone. I'm like, look.
Yep. We had thousands and thousands and thousands of people that saw it. And it's because we specifically targeted the Salem area within a 25-mile radius, and we hit it hard. Oh,
Yeah. I'm like, these little
who's at our
kids again?
doors?
These little fucking kids. You ring my doorbell, I'm going to ring your face. Gets the neighbor lady yelling at the kids.
Well, yeah, we've had.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. It was someone knocked on our door earlier, and I'm like, I told Mariah, I was like, that's not this problem. That's what he wants. So my buddy Boss Baby loves to ice me because I like to ice him, and so he'll get me like NAs of ice or whatever, and
Yeah.
try to get me to drink them because they're still nasty. But
Blah.
whatever.
Well, no, he got you last time he iced you with non-alcoholic ciders.
Yeah,
Those were actually kind of good.
yeah. Still got a lot of sugar in them, and I don't like drinking
Did
that
those
crap.
ones?
Yeah,
Oh,
fake sugars or something like that. So yeah, last night show was badass. All the
Yeah.
bands kicked ass. Thank you all. We had a crazy incident that happened, and of course we ended it in true American Overdose fashion with a little bit of controversy. The fire alarm sounded off right before we're playing the song that everyone kept yelling for. It was our last song in the set, and one of the club staff members comes up to the side, and she starts yelling, and I'm like, looking, I'm like, what? And she's like, the fire department's here. They need to clear the building because the fire alarm's going off. And so I take out my in-ear, and then I realize the fire alarm is going off, and she's like, they need everyone out now. You need to get everybody out of here now because it's illegal to have people in here when the fire alarm's going off and not evacuate. So I'm like, well, I'm not going to get sued here, and I'm not going to risk anyone's life here. And I'm not trying to get kicked out of here or fined or any of that kind of shit. So I'm like, I told everyone on the microphone, I said, sounds like the fire alarm's going off. I have not heard it, but now I'm hearing it.
It went off multiple times.
But I didn't hear it. I had my in-ear monitors in, so I can't hear shit. I think that
But you
point,
hear it now in the videos.
You can hear it now in the videos, yes. So everyone evacuated. We went downstairs. Everyone's out there chit-chatting. Some people walked off. Some people were coming up getting pictures and whatnot. But it screwed us over on being able to continue to sell merch and take pictures where we wanted to take pictures with everybody, unfortunately.
Well, that's like the biggest thing too. I mean, there was so many people that kept saying like, oh, if I come back here after the show, will the guys be here? I'm like, absolutely. Like, I will get them to sign whatever you want.
Yep.
Just be here.
Yep. So I apologize to
Yeah.
everyone that we were not able to do that. And it's because obviously we were we were told by the staff at the venue that we had to evacuate. The weird thing was that they didn't evacuate the people that were playing
No,
downstairs in the main hall.
Weird.
And they kept playing. So I
But
don't.
like the fire marshal and everybody was there. Like
Yeah,
they
they
were
showed up
running
3
in.
times.
Yeah.
Total of 3 times that they showed up there because of the fire alarm going off. And so I don't know if they got fined. I don't know what happened, but someone was writing something down on a piece of paper from the fire department, so it's possible they got fined. Yeah, I don't know if it was I don't think it was our fog machines.
Because so where if you weren't there, we were in. So it's a ballroom, and so we were in the back corner merch, and it like I could see fine. Like it wasn't that. I've been in way foggier fucking rooms with bands, so like it wasn't that bad. So unless there really was a fire somewhere, I don't know.
There was no fire, obviously, because
I did kind of smell smoke at one point, but maybe like burning food. But
possibly,
I don't know. I don't know if they serve food there. I don't know.
Yeah, either way, great times, great vibes. Yeah. I can't wait to do it again. As you know, like I've mentioned before, we don't play that often in Salem or in the area in general. So whenever you get a chance to see us, come out, because I promise you'll have a great time.
It's always
You'll
fun.
meet some great people there. We'll chat it up with you, hang out, take pictures, whatever. I'm going to try to get as many more all ages shows as we can because it's fun for the kids to come out and have something to do.
Well,
I like knowing that
these
teenagers have something to come out and see.
Yeah.
I remember when I was a kid,
Yeah.
there was nothing to do. And if there was a show in town.
Bands did you see when they were?
A lot. A ton of
Slipknot, all of them.
I saw Slipknot and Mudvayne when they were coming up. So yeah, whenever we play next, I would highly recommend that you come out and see us. Just because we don't play that often. I know some bands that oversaturate. We're not one of those bands. This was it had been 2 years since we played Salem, so that's normally what we do. We do it every other year or once a year. Lately, it's been every 2 years.
Was the last Salem Infinity Room before it closed?
Armory, which was a month later. We played. We played we played a last minute show that we got asked to play.
Yeah, okay.
But that was 2 years ago. And so the next show that we're playing semi in the area is going to be, well, it's in the area for us, but not for the guys and not for Salem. It's going to be in Portland on October 3rd. We are playing with National Act Primer 55. So
that'll be cool.
If you're familiar with Primer 55, they're infamous for the song Loose. And we used to play with them a lot back in the day. Like I even got on stage with Bobby Burns, and got to do Loose with them out in Michigan.
Oh, that's cool.
So we played with them in Bend. We played with them in Portland. We played with them in Indiana. We've played with them in Michigan. We played with them a lot in the past. So we got some history with them. I can't wait to see those guys. And that's going to be October 3rd at the Twilight Cafe. I recommend you all to get your tickets. That place is going to get packed. I promise you that.
Yeah.
National Act and then American Overdose. We haven't played Portland since Dante's, which is almost a year ago. In October or November, it would be a year. So it's going to be 11 months since the last time we played Portland. Right. We also don't play Portland very often. So this is your opportunity to see us, Portland folks. If you didn't see the Salem show, get your ass to Portland.
Come see us. Come see me.
Go say hello at the merch booth. Whatever.
That's
it's going to be a fun show. I'm excited for that. It's going to be great. And I'm excited for that. And then today, what do we do today?
Today we had our friend Crystal's daughter's baby shower. She's due next month. So
shout out to them. Congratulations.
It was really cool. One thing we were talking about, I don't know if you were listening to the chatter, is she didn't, because they're younger, so the sister didn't realize that baby showers typically, like in the past, weren't co-ed. It was typically just females at a baby shower. And so when we were kind of bringing it up, she's like, no way, it's always been. I'm like, no, it hasn't. Like, this is newer. But I think it's cool to have everybody there because it should be everybody. It's a baby. Yeah. It's not just the ladies.
Yeah. Celebration.
Yeah. So it was fun. Haley looked adorable in her little cute summer dress and her cute little baby bump. It was hot as fuck.
Very hot.
August in Oregon.
I was looking forward to getting back in the AC room.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. As you can tell, obviously we're in AC. Got my Deftones hoodie on.
And Mariah's got her clothes back there hang drying.
That's just going to be the thing, I think. Every podcast is seeing
people can see, what do you have back there dangling?
No.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So, look at Lorenzo. He's embarrassed for you.
Can't see it too up close.
Look at Lorenzo. He's embarrassed.
I don't even think about it until I sit down. Then I'm like, I already got the boys in my lap.
I thought I'd point out the obvious just because I know someone back there's going to be like, oh, look what they got going on back there.
No, I think every time, but the video actually post, I know we had some issues the first couple ones. I'm always like,
yep. So with that said, let's go into the question of the week that we sent out. Question of the week was, what is something you hope people say about you after you're gone? And then some follow-up questions that you can answer if you choose is, why is that the legacy you want to leave behind? What experiences in your life made that important to you? If someone gave your eulogy today, what do you think they'd say? Would what people say about today match what you hope they'll say someday? Is your current life aligned with the legacy you want to leave? What changes, if any, do you need to make to become that person? Who has left the biggest impact on your life, and what did they do that made them unforgettable? What's one quality you hope people immediately associate your name with? If someone only knew you through the stories others told after you were gone, what would you want those stories to be? What is one thing you hope you've inspired? What is one thing you hope you've inspired someone else to do?
Woo!
I'm gonna let you
Those
go
are all
first since
good.
I read those.
You're making me get deep down into myself, huh?
Yep, I'm gonna have you go first.
Okay, so for Mariah, what is something I hope people say about me after I'm gone? I think I've said this before, though, on the podcast at some
It's
point.
fine.
But I just hope that people say that I was a good person and that they felt loved by me and that. I hear myself say, but just that they always had a good time around me and that, they could be themselves and you don't have to be fake or hide yourself around me. Like, I love, we love each other, we hug it out, Follow-up questions. What is a legacy you want to leave behind? Be caring to one another. We can all be different and still get along. We can have different views of different things. Doesn't mean we have to go into hate and start, tearing each other down. What experiences in your life made that important to you? I think just fucking life in general. So many things. I mean, from childhood to high school, being teased, grade school, and then high school, just stuff. And then going into adulthood and navigating that and what that entails, because 20s are awkward and, I had fun, but they're still awkward, right? With a lot of partying. Millennial, what do you do? 30s, being married, rushing into marriage too fast, and that wasn't a good marriage. There was abuse and stuff, and that sucked, but I don't regret it. I think it's made me who I am. I do firmly believe that we all experience everything we're supposed to experience in life for a reason, because I think it adds to our purpose. So I hope with that, I can share my experiences with goods and bads, the good things that I've experienced in life, the bad things, domestic violence, that stuff, like just to be aware and just chill out. If someone gave you your eulogy today, what do you think they'd honestly say? I feel like there would be a lot of jokes. I feel like good jokes,
Dirty jokes.
Yes,
Dirty
there would be a
jokes.
lot. Your girl's a pervert. So there'd be a lot of dirty jokes, probably a lot of movie quotes and stuff, because I feel like all my relationships, friends, Cody, we all speak in movie quotes. So I think there'd be a lot of that. But I would hope, I feel like people would say that they loved me and that they knew that I loved them and the same stuff, that they felt that they could be themselves around me. They liked to be around me. We had a good time, no matter what we were doing. If we were just even watching TV and just being lazy, like, it's a good time. Just a good aura, if you will.
I think you're definitely that. I've told you
thank
this
you.
many times. I think I've told you this on the podcast.
I ain't perfect.
You're an energy. You're an energy. You're a positive energy.
Yeah.
When you walk into a room, you light it up. I mean that. I don't just mean that as your significant other. I mean that like as in a fun and friendly way that you're just like, when you come in, I instantly know that people are gonna be laughing. They're gonna be smiling. You're gonna be smiling.
Yeah.
You're gonna be cracking jokes. It's gonna be, if there's tension in the room, you usually will bring it down because of your energy you're bringing, and it's
I don't
fucking
want
awesome.
that
Your
tension.
vibe.
Cut it out.
Cut it out. Cut it out. That is a millennial joke right there.
I know.
If you get that, you understand
Name
it.
the show. Name
The show, yeah.
Let's see. What would people say today, or would what people say today match what you hope they'll say someday? I hope so. I hope it stays. I mean, I'm me at this point. I'm 41. What are we, August? So, I'll be 42 in January, so.
Man, you're getting old.
Fuck, tell me about it. I still feel 19, but my body tells me real quick, no, you ain't, bitch.
You were falling asleep on the couch last night in the green room.
I got up at 6:30 because I knew we had to leave at a certain time. So I know this is ridiculous, and you're probably like, what? Not just to get ready the whole time. I do this even with work. I have to give myself like a good hour to just wake up, drink my coffees, pray, do my scrolling, play with the boys, water my fucking flowers, which I forgot to do
I
today.
like how you said fucking after pray.
All right. See, that's why I say we're not all perfect, because we're not. Okay?
And there's no rules for
No.
your faith.
That's right. I forgot what I was talking about now. ADHD.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
Crazy here. Okay. Is your current life aligned with the legacy you want to leave? I hope so. I think so. I mean, I think I'm the best version of myself yet. So hopefully it just keeps getting better unless I just have a crash out and go mental someday. I doubt it.
Scary. A chick going,
As I laugh.
a chick going mental? I don't know, man.
No, it'll be good. I hope I stay. I've always pretty much been this. So I don't know. Who has left the biggest impact on your life and what did they do that made them unforgettable? I mean, a few people. I'm lucky. I have had great family. I have had not only great men in my family, but I have had strong, funny, amazing women in my family. So like my grandma Joyce, she was amazing. My Aunt Patty, my mom's sister, she was amazing. R.I.P. Aunt Patty, grandma. My mom is a big one. She's my biggest one because she really, really instilled in me, because her and I are pretty similar, bubbly and silly. But she instilled in me from a young age, you be nice to people. Like, even if someone's not being nice to you, don't stoop down to their level. Just still kill them with kindness, but doesn't mean you have to be their best friend. Doesn't mean you have to agree with everything they do, but you don't have to stoop to their level and do hate and evil. Just be gone. Nice. See ya. So that's always stuck with me. And so go mom, go Pamela. Let's see. Well, and I guess I can't leave my dad out either, because I know, I mean, he was a little rough and gruff growing up, right? Vietnam vet, but I have just very strong personalities for my parents.
Great.
They are.
Great.
I love them so much. But my dad too, because my dad's pretty much, well, my mom and dad are in this similar, like, don't put up with people's shit either. So my dad's just a very like, you don't like it, fuck you. You don't like me, fuck you. So I'm definitely a good mix of both of them. So just, yeah, great family. Let's see. What's one quality you hope people immediately associate with your name? Kindness, I hope. I mean, the world's rough. Why do we need to add more to it? I mean, even if I don't think I usually have resting bitch face, but if I do,
I hate when people take pride in that. I think
know,
it's
I
the
think that's
stupidest
weird.
thing. It's so immature.
Why?
It's like typical, like it's just a basic bitch thing to say. And it's like, and then people take pride in being a basic bitch. I'm like, don't take pride in that.
I don't want to.
You should be a unique individual.
Yeah.
And the resting bitch face is not attractive. That's like something a fucking little kid says. Like,
yeah. I'm like,
grow the fuck up.
That's not my jam. But I was like, if I do have resting bitch face, it's probably because of my ADHD and I'm just like in my head, just zoning out, not paying attention to what's around me. But if you're like, Mariah, and I'm like, oh, hey. I'm back. Hello. If someone only knew you through the stories that were told after you were gone, what would you want those stories to be? I think just kind of the same thing I've said. Fun to be around, easygoing, made people feel comfortable, be themselves, as long as you're not a dick. What is one thing you hope you've inspired someone else to do? I hope the same thing. Realize that everybody has opinions. I mean, that's the way of fucking life. You don't have to agree with everything. Not everybody has to agree with you. But again, doesn't mean you have to hate each other. I think there's just so much extremism anymore that it's like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Like, chill out. If we all just sat around, kumbaya, and hugged, we'd all be fine to a point.
That's
Probably
not
not.
reality.
That's not reality.
That's not reality.
See, I'm in my
and
own.
That's okay.
I'm in my own little world. I can still have my hopes, but
I mean, that kind of would be boring too, though.
Yeah.
Gotta keep things interesting, and it's like.
Yeah, it just doesn't have to be as wild as it is now.
Yeah, no, you don't have to hurt each
now
other.
It's all just why.
There really is.
In so many ways, not just politically, just like, again, with the resting bitch face and all the like stupid memes, whether it's against women or against men. It's like, fucking why? Anyway.
Yeah, my favorite is, and I mean, there's guys that do this too, but it's mostly like, I see this with females a lot. They're always complaining about men this, men that, and just putting them down. It's like, okay, what does this say about you? Like, what are you doing that you're putting yourself around men like that? What part of it can you take accountability in and change and fix?
Why do you keep
because
the same trend?
Yeah, why do you keep dating the same ones? Why do you keep hanging out with the same ones? Why do you keep surrounding yourself around the same ones? Like, at what point do you finally say, I need to do something about this, and I need to separate myself from people like that and not go near them? And bitching about men, I swear, it's also a cry for attention too, constantly. There's that, because then they want some guy to like go in the comments and say, oh, I can be different, or I can, but
yeah.
it's so annoying.
Do that too. I don't know.
Yeah. So let's see. For me, what is something you hope people say about you after you're gone? For me, it's very important that people say I was authentic, because I truly am. There's not much more you can get out of me. Even if you don't like what I have to say, even if you don't like that I'm a certain way or how I go about it or whatnot, you're getting exactly what I think, what I feel straight out. Like I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to bullshit it. I'm not going to.
That's why when you were just making that nice comment about me, that's how I know he means it, not just being my significant other, but he's authentic.
Yeah. And
He's not gonna spoon feed you and
No.
tell you some bullshit.
No, I tell you how it is. And at least this is a lot of the reason why I got sober too, because I like to have credibility. I like that when I tell you something, I'm going to remember what I said. I'm going to stick to it. You're going to remember what I said and you're going to know that I stick to it. Your actions are what proves that you are a certain way. It's not just all talk.
Yeah.
So definitely want to be known for being authentic because I really always have since I was younger. The only thing I would say is that I may have had some hiccups along the way when I was drinking because you get drunk and when you're doing drugs and drinking, you lose credibility because you don't always remember what you did or what you said. And so at that point, the next day, people are calling you out like, well, you said you'd do this, or you said you're going to meet up there and we're going to do this. And then you don't. And it's like,
you said this to me.
Yeah. And did you mean that or not? It's
stuff.
like, and so glad to be done with that chapter is long gone out of my life and that I can live with credibility and authenticity, being authentic, I should say. So that's a major thing for me. I don't fake my kindness or anything. When you meet me, I will look you in the eye and I'll respect you. And until you show me a reason to not respect you, and you'll know when you piss me off and when you set me off about something, and I'll let you know why. I don't mind having a conversation. I don't mind having difficult conversations with people if it makes sense. If let's say we're not agreeing on something and I'm not going to try to convince you that you're wrong. I'm not going to convince you that I'm right. If we have to, for whatever reason, work together and there's going to be a beneficial outcome if we do work together for both you and me or for the situation that we're involved in, then I'll work it out. We'll figure it out. And I can be a mature adult about it. But if I just know that we don't see eye to eye on something and there's no point, I'm not going to go trying to chase you down to change your mind and prove you wrong or convince you to think like me. I just don't. A second thing I'd like to be remembered for is challenging people and making you think outside the box. I don't like when people, thank you. And I do that a lot in my lyrics too. And, I like to encourage people to think for themselves and to challenge the status quo, man, because I think the more information that's getting out there about things, and I'm not talking about conspiracies, I'm just talking about in general, like you find out how people truly are, how things really operate, what's happening behind the scenes, and how people are doing all this corrupt shit. It opens your eyes and it makes you realize that don't believe everything you see. Don't believe everything you read because, especially on the internet, anyone can write that shit on the internet. It's all fake and people can make it up. And remember, people always say, well, history books this and history books that. Guess what? History books were also written by man. What does man do? Man lies and exaggerates. Man likes to, whatever side they're pitching on something, they're going to tell it to you the way they saw it, or the way they thought, or the way they felt, or the way they want you to understand it. So you got to question pretty much everything. You really do. Everything. And that sucks that we're in that age, but it also is good. It's eye-opening, and you can't grow if you're constantly told a certain thing and you just follow that and you don't ever question it. You're not going to grow. Question everything. You should always question everything. And I encourage that. I also want to be known for encouraging folks to be themselves authentically and to reach for their dreams, to work hard and to achieve your dreams, because anyone can do anything they want if they really want to. That doesn't mean that anyone has that willpower and that determination and that drive within them. You have to really reach in there and pull it out. Anyone can have that, but you have to really work for it. And so I think those are the things that I want to be remembered for when I'm long gone. And then of course that I entertained people, I made people laugh, like I said, challenged the status quo, made people think, and that I inspired them to do what they wanted to do. Not necessarily what I'm doing or what I'm preaching as far as like what my thoughts are on this, but more so like on the side of be yourself, do your own research, think for yourself, chase your dreams, find a way that works for you. Why is that the legacy you want to leave behind? Because I want that when I leave, what I want from this is when I leave, I want people to feel inspired and driven and know that whatever it was that I said or that I did or that people analyzed about me inspire someone else to go out and do great things and to make their dreams come true, that hopefully then inspires somebody else to do that. And it's a trickle effect. I want that whatever I'm living and how I live.
Is inspiring.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That means a lot. That's what I want. Me. Thank you. You inspire me too. So
you've made me a better person since we've been together. Not made me, but I've become better being with you.
I feel the same way about you. So thank you very much for that. Let's see. I don't want to answer all of these just because it's a lot of questions. So I'm just kind of skipping through these. If someone gave your eulogy today, what do you think they'd honestly say? That's a tough one, but I would hope that somewhere in there people would say that I was inspiring and hardworking, but also that I made them laugh and that they would share something crazy. And a lot of people say this, that they have this crazy memory about the first time they met me. I've always left a lasting impression. So I hope that people would share crazy ass stories about me, whether it was the first time you met me and I made a crazy ass first impression, or somewhere along the lines where you were there when I was doing something stupid and crazy, like, and you guys laugh about it. I want that when I'm gone and I'm like, when they're laying me to rest, to still be able to entertain you and bring laughter to you.
Yeah.
And I hope that I can keep inspiring you by my words and my lyrics, that my music's going to be left behind when I'm gone, because I'm 3.5 albums deep right now with music. So I'm hoping that my words will inspire people and continue to be something that people are driven by.
A lot of Trailer Park Boy quotes will be.
I'm sure they will. Would what people say today match what you hope they'll say someday? I believe so. I think that there's people out there that don't like me or don't care for me or maybe talk shit about me, but it's because they know exactly what I'm telling you right now is true. And there's a couple things that go on there. They either get jealous because they wish they could be that way. They think I'm an asshole because they've never had someone that challenges them or that calls them out on their bullshit. They may want to be that way, but they don't have a way to be that way. And so when you don't have something that you want and someone else does, a lot of times that leaves room for jealousy and shit like that. So I think that would be the reason why anyone might be a hater about it or talk some shit about that. But let's see, is your current life aligned with the legacy you want to leave? Yes, I believe so now. Getting sober has made me have a higher standard for how I live, for how I think, for what I say, for what I do. I feel like I live with purpose now versus before, where I was living in a place where I was just self-destructive and I didn't know and didn't have there was no end goal other than what can we do tonight to fuck shit up and rage? And like, yeah, it's fun to rage. And yeah, it's fun to have a wild, crazy night, but do I really want to go out by alcohol poisoning? Do I really want to go out by driving my car into a fucking post and flying out the window? Or no. So I definitely think that I'm living my life aligned those ways. I've set boundaries for people that I don't let them cross. And when they do, you're out. I don't need you in my life. I value myself and my self-respect and all that. And I hold myself to a high standard now. So as everyone should. Everyone should. If you did, I guarantee you'd make better decisions and you wouldn't be doing some of the things you do that cause more problems in your life later anyways. Let's see. Who has left the biggest impact on your life and what did they do that made them unforgettable? I'm going to go ahead and say my grandma. I love my grandma so much and I think about her all the time, and she left the most lasting impression and memories in my mind because of how much she loved me and how authentic she was and how real she was, how much of a hard worker she was, how much she loved. She was such a good person. Like I can't tell you guys enough how good of a heart and how big of and good of a heart she had. She did everything for everyone. She literally would do the impossible, move mountains for the people that she loved and that she cared about. And that inspired me, obviously. You would have loved her and she would have loved you. I'm telling you right now.
Oh, she must love me. She came to you in a dream when we were fighting
one
time, like many years ago. Didn't she come to you in a dream and said, "Don't you fight with that girl"?
Yeah, it was weird.
Leave her alone.
It was weird. She was lecturing me like she always used to do when I was a teenager. And
I'm like, thanks, Grandma Paula.
And then what is one thing you hope you've inspired someone else to do? I think I kind of shared that, but I hope that I will inspire people to just be real. If you feel a certain way, if you think a certain way, say it. Don't fake and tell someone something you think they want to hear, because people can see through that shit. And I've run and come across a lot of people, unfortunately, and those people are really not in my life anymore, but where they tell you exactly what they think you want to hear, and then you go and find out that they're saying something else about you or talking down on you or whatever. And then you see how they are with other people too. Like they'll come to you and talk shit about this other person, and then you see them hanging out over there with them, and then they're the best friends. Like I'm not about that. I'm not about that at all. So I'm hoping I'm inspiring people to just be themselves and be authentic. That's what I'll leave it at. So now we're going to read some responses from you folks. Thank you all who have contributed to the question of the week and left some responses. We didn't get that many this week, but it's not about the quantity. It's about the quality. So I'm going to let you read the first one. And this one comes in from Mr. John Wold.
Mr. John. So he says, I want people to say that I had a positive impact on their life, that they were glad I was a part of it, that I helped steer them or guide them in a better direction, and that I was an uplifting influence they'll never forget. Why is that the legacy you want to leave behind? This is going to sound big, but the legacy I want is making sure my kids are taken care of. I think that's awesome. I want to provide well enough that none of them will have to struggle the way most people I know have. I want them to have every opportunity to become whoever they want to be instead of starting from the bottom and scraping by. I get that starting from the bottom builds character. I did it myself, but once you get to a certain position, you want your kids provided for. Best education, real opportunities, the things that they want to experience. Money isn't everything, but I don't want money ever being the limitation, whether that's starting a family, buying their first home, or having startup money for a business they're passionate about. And more than that, I want to actually be there. Calm down. I actually want to be there for all of it. I want to build enough assets that give me the time and freedom to always show up for my kids and eventually their kids and the rest of the family. What experiences in your life made that important to you? Part of it was having an uncle who was successful enough that he could actually be present with his kids. He traveled a lot for work, but he was mostly able to work from home outside of meetings and conventions. By contrast, did I read that right? Yeah, okay. By contrast, my parents worked opposite shifts, so we got time with both of them, but money was always a struggle. There were things I wanted to do as a kid, like learn martial arts, that just weren't in the budget. We always had food, but a lot of the times it was never a lot of times it was whatever was cheapest on the shelf. That's not a jab at my parents. They did the best they knew how based on how they were raised. But by my standards now, I wouldn't feed my own kids a lot of what I grew up on. If someone gave your eulogy today, what do you think they'd honestly say? I'd hope they say I have a positive influence, that I'm a go-getter who doesn't quit, that I was a good dad, a good husband, a good son, a good brother, and that some people would say I inspire them. Would what people say today match what you hope they'll say someday? I think so. A lot of things are still in the building phases right now. I talk a lot with friends and family about my plans, goals, and what I want to accomplish. I've hit some milestones, but I can't say I've hit a big one yet. I feel like it's right on the cusp, though. So in essence, yes, just not at the same scale or impact I'll have later. Is your current life aligned with the legacy you want to leave? It's aligned in the sense that the trajectory is pointed where I want to go. There's still a lot of work to do, but the path is set and I'm working towards it. What changes, if any, do you need to make to become that person? Right now, it's mostly a waiting game because certain things just take time and certain steps have to happen in order. The main thing is building the cash flow to get to the next step, which builds more cash flow for the step after that, and so on. I don't think it's about making big changes so much as just taking the step. Between each one, there's time needed to sort things out and set up the next move. Who has left the biggest impact on your life and what did they do that made them unforgettable? A lot of things have impacted me, but the biggest inspiration is that same uncle. I grew up in a small 800 square foot house where the bedrooms were basically repurposed storage rooms. The house originally didn't have a foundation. We had 10 acres, a roof over our heads, and food on the table, so I'm not upset about how I grew up. It just wasn't luxurious. By contrast, at the peak of my uncle's success, I was around 10 or so. He had a very high net worth and lived in nearly a 9,000 square foot house in West Lynn. His next door neighbors were trailblazers. He would host Christmases at his place and invite everyone from both sides of the family. The house was big enough that there was plenty of seating for everyone. They did games, gift exchanges, the whole thing. That's one of my biggest inspirations, being in a position where I can do that for my family. I've talked about this a lot. I want to be able to host all of the family events at our house for both sides. I want extra room so if anyone travels a long way, they can just stay with us instead of getting a hotel or driving home late. Eventually, I'd also like to host work events there for employees, at least until the business gets big enough that a convention space makes more sense. What's one quality you hope people immediately associate with your name? Tough one, but the first one that comes to my mind is generosity. If someone only knew you went through the stories others told you after you were gone, what would you want those stories to be? If we're talking current stories, how crazy I was as a kid with the reptile collection I had, that I listen to over-the-top music and have an insane sound system, that I have an insane work ethic and work way too much, and that when I set my sights on something I want, I find a way to get it. What is one thing you hope you'd inspired someone else to do? I hope I inspire people to think outside the box and outside the norm, to understand you can be more than just average, more than just normal, more than just ordinary. I've told a lot of people there are people out there making over $1 million a day. That tells me it's possible. There are people who daily drive supercars. That tells me one day I could have a supercar as a daily. There are people with multi-million-dollar homes, some of them with places all over the country. That tells me it's possible to own several. All of these things are possible. It's ultimately up to us to decide if that's what we want or not. Yeah.
I love it.
Good job, John.
I love
He always
it.
has good ones.
No, he does for sure. And I can relate with the growing up poor. Like I said, when you grow up poor, you appreciate what you have, but there's also that desire and that drive in you that's like, okay, well, I don't want to live like that as an adult. And then if I have an offspring, I can't relate to that part because I don't have kids. I have my dogs. But I can totally see.
Right here.
I know. I'm just saying, like, but if I had actual kids, I wouldn't want them to be raised like the way I was raised. I'd want them to be better. And I think that's normal. Most people want that,
Yeah.
and I could see how you want the very best for them. And the hope is that with each generation, that it would just get better and better and better and better. So I always love hearing from John. John's very smart dude, very driven, hard worker. I can relate to him on a lot of things. And I love hearing about his passions and his plans that he plans to do with business ventures. And I know he's starting something new, very exciting. I'll probably talk to him more about it on a podcast with him in the future, but he's starting something new and he acquired some things last week, and I'm very excited for him on that.
Well, and like how he said that he feels like there's something just on the cusp, like something big that's about to happen. I feel that for them.
Yeah.
Especially, when we were hanging out last week and he was showing us the recent things and, with his business and whatnot. I'm like,
when you work for something and you really believe in yourself and you're determined and driven, you'll make it happen. Absolutely. That's why I was trying to say earlier with my response. And John's definitely one of those guys that, like, he'll figure it out. He finds a way to make it happen. Yeah. And so don't doubt him, because you doubt someone. When you doubt someone that's driven and determined, all it is we use that as fuel to prove you wrong and say fuck you in the end. So definitely believe in John, and mad props to him. I totally relate to the wanting to have enough room too, to have both families there. I would love for us to be able to do that. Like, I wish we were actually closer to our families so that we could have, because I know it's sometimes hard for your parents to get
I just
to
want
places.
a compound, like something, just a huge, like, lot of land.
Would be nice, yeah. And the crazy thing is how he mentioned about he wouldn't feed his kids anything that he had growing up. I can totally relate to that. Another thing to mention is that a lot of the foods that we grew up eating, they weren't as bad for you because they didn't have as many chemicals. Like, if you were to look at a Hamburger Helper or a Gatorade from back in like 1990 compared to the ingredients that are in it now, world of a difference, completely world of a difference. And they've only added stuff that causes cancer and causes all these issues and shit. It is scary.
And then now with all the, the bioengineered meat and shit,
fuck
I'm
that.
like, what is happening? I'm
looking at labels now, and I am like, if it has a bunch of shit that I can't pronounce or things that I feel are unnecessary and I look them up, I'm like, no thanks, I'm not buying that. I can make it at home, or I'll find something else. So thank you, John.
Yeah.
As I mentioned, we only have a few responses. So first one comes in from Elisa Carpenter. Shout out to Lisa. She says, I just want people to know I was a good person and I tried my hardest. I love that. Elisa is a great person. I've known her for years, got a long history with her, and she's definitely got a big heart. So shout out to Lisa. And I think that you're on the right track for that, Lisa. So, and I know she does try her hardest. She was always a hard worker from what I remember. William Boucher. I hope I said that right, buddy. Boucher. I want people to know that I had that dog in me and not that I was retarded. I love that. That makes me laugh. Got that dog. I always think of those t-shirts and the memes that I see that's got the hot dog or whatever in it, and it's got that dog.
I got that dog.
Fucking love that. I love that for you, William.
Yeah.
I still have from Mike, by the way. I love that for you. I used it today on Crystal. I'm stealing that. I'm gonna be using that. I love that for you. It's fucking hilarious. Shout out to our buddy Mike.
Yeah. Whiskey Mike.
All right. Knothead says, my buddy Knothead, guest number 1 on the podcast, episode 2. Go check it out. that I had a good heart and I fucking tried. And you do, Knothead, you fucking do, man. You're a good fucking dude and great musician, very talented, and you do have a big heart. Every time I see Knothead, always very fucking down to earth, and dude has every reason to be confident and fucking a badass, but he's a sweetheart. Fucking not to kill street cred or anything like that, but like he's a sweetheart and fucking awesome dude. I actually ran into someone on Saturday that was at our show that we did with you in Albany, and he was at that show. So he came up, he's like, Cody Perez, American Overdose. My name's Ray. I'm buddies with Knothead. You guys had the show in Albany, blah, blah, blah. So it's good running into him and good hearing the name Knothead. And shout out to Ray. He was bumping some good music at that bar that we stopped by at.
Craftworks.
Yeah, Craftworks. Shout out to Ray and shout out to Knothead. Kira Summerborn says that I lit up a room and that my presence helped people feel seen and accepted. That my aura was one of warmth, laughter, and love. That I was stubborn and walked to my own beat and I took no shit while remaining polite and kind. And finally, that the world isn't darker because my light has extinguished, but all the more bright due to those I helped find their light. That's fucking
You
great.
always have good ones too.
Yes, I love that.
I
and you know what, Curious? I 100% believe that you're on that right path, and fucking guarantee you anyone that's in your life is living better because you're in it.
I haven't even met you, and I just, just from interacting here, and I mean, I know you were on the podcast. I don't know what it was, but I just feel like you have a great aura.
Yes.
But I think people that have been through some shit,
they do, because you don't want to. You don't want other people to do that. There's people that want to see the world burn because they were fucked up, and then there's people that had a fucked up upbringing that want to bring light and laughter and bring
knows how dark it can be.
How dark it can be.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I love that.
Love you, Karis. Thank you.
My boy Ruben Talsma. Shout out. I think he's out in Colorado still.
All right.
Badass dude. We met him in Denver.
Colorado.
We got to see him in Denver, and very good dude. So shout out to Ruben. Ruben says, brother, bad decisions make for great stories. I got stories that'll make you laugh and cry. Now I'm 50 and I'm trying to make the world a more tolerable dumpster fire for roasting wieners and marshmallow.
Oh my God.
I love that. That's fucking awesome, Ruben. You're right. The craziness, the crazy stories make for the crazy moments and whatnot make for great stories and lessons to be learned is the way I look at it. I always tell people life is a roller coaster. You can have your ups and your downs, and
that's what I always say. Like to say, if you're in a dark time in your life, don't come to it because it will pass.
It will pass, and then you're going to leave, and you're going to be a stronger person because of it. You're going to be able to function better because when things come in your life that are similar to that, or someone in your life is experiencing that, you're going to be there for them, hopefully, and you're going to be able to light a way for them to get out of it. And sharing your stories, there's nothing wrong with that. I know sometimes people shame others. They're like, why are you always talking about that? Or why always, you know what? It might help someone. It might save someone's life. It might change their mindset of if they want to end their life, but then they hear this story about a life-changing moment that happened for somebody else that's dealing with something similar, dude. It's worth it. It's fucking worth it. It's better than medicine. It's better than fucking drugs or alcohol. Someone sharing their story, it might be the way that they are coping with it and able to get through another day.
Yeah.
It might be someone else's, lifeline they get to, to get them out of the darkness. So I always encourage people, share your stories. Share it on the podcast here, on your comments you leave us out in the world, like tell people. So speak it. I believe that is it for segment 1. But like I said, stick around because my next guests, I have 2 of them. 2. Well, I don't even know why I'm doing 2. I'm two guests are going to entertain you on segment 2. Again, I have Feral Minx and Bounce Ball Boogie from Underground Nation podcast. So I'm very excited about this conversation that I had with them. You're going to enjoy it too, I promise you. And stay tuned. Welcome everyone to segment number 2 of the Liquid Shape podcast. I am very excited because this is our 30th episode and our first episode to have video with the guests here. And I have Bounce Ball Boogie and Feral Minx. And I just met these 2 folks last week, was it? I was on your guys' podcast, Underground Nation podcast, and it's Underground Nation podcast, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Underground Nation.
Yeah. You nailed that. See, don't second guess yourself, man. You had it.
My bad. But I had a great time with you guys last week, and as soon as I mentioned that I podcasted, of course, the conversation came up that we had to have you guys on mine now. So thank you guys for being here.
Yeah, and I appreciate the invite.
Absolutely.
Go ahead and tell the audience about yourselves.
Feral Minx, let's start.
I a redheaded flame of chaos. I don't know. I don't really I don't really know if I have specialties. I do know that I am a mother of 3 young children. 2 of them are autistic. So I do speak out hot and heavy on the neurodivergency community. Loud voice for that. They've been my inspiration for everything, my motivation on everything that I do. I ended up meeting this lug down here, and we started this was my first experience with podcasting, and everything is through him. So yeah, and then we've just been taking off, and we're here.
I love that.
Love it. I had to have you go first, just so you could rip the Band-Aid off. I saw you. I saw you just like picking at it. You know when your kids pick at the Band-Aid, you're like, just leave it alone.
I'm not a guest. I'm on the other side of the curtain. All right.
It's the first time being a guest today, right now, on the 30th episode.
You're in the hot seat.
Woo! Ain't it warm in here? It's warm.
It's warm
like
here. We got the fires
something.
going on in Oregon, and I can't turn on the AC because
Bro,
there's a lot of
the
smoke.
Smoke
Yes.
has made its way to Colorado since
Oh.
yesterday, from Washington, I believe.
Yeah, it's
Or
coming
is it
down
Oregon
here.
too? I
Yeah,
don't
it's in
even
Oregon
know.
and Washington. It's coming down from
shit.
Washington and then all over Oregon. So like right now, I can't turn on the AC because the air is gonna blow in from outside, and it's really smoky out, man. Like it's.
Bro, that's wild.
I feel bad for my dogs. I can't take them out on their walks, and when I take them outside to go potty, they have to go out there real quick, and I'm like, get inside. I don't want you guys breathing that nasty air in. And
That's
maybe
horrible.
this is your chance to invent a gas mask for dogs.
hey, you might be onto something there.
I'm always onto something. I'm telling you.
I like
So
it.
I'm Bounce Ball Boogie. I've been a rap artist all my life. Podcasting officially since 2015ish. I've been on and off the radio in between that time too. I have landed 2 gigs professionally on the radio here in Denver, in which that was a great experience while it lasted. Of course, it was always by contract, so I fulfilled my contract and either redo it or they give me the boot, and eventually I got the boot. So anyway, that's when I decided I don't need no backing. I could just create my own show. And that's when the podcast started, because we were already doing the magazine for, well, it was called Horrorcore Magazine when we started it. And we were just strictly focused on the horrorcore genre. But as we grew and experienced all these different artists, we just started realizing that there's more to the underground scene than just horrorcore. And that's when we decided to rebrand, and we rebranded the magazine. Then a few years later, I dropped the podcast, and we're now on season 3. And it's been quite the ride of being independent. I also want to make a statement that I've been completely independent since the pandemic. I got laid off after a job of 11 years. I'm also a father of 6. And when that happened, I decided I didn't want to go rebuild for a company. I wanted to build for myself. And that's when I kind of got into, I don't know, the gutter, I guess you could say, and fought my way to where I am now.
I love that, man. That's a good way to look at it. You want to build for yourself and your family, not for somebody else's business or what have you. And it sucks working for a corporation for a long time. I have a day job too, and I've been there at my job for 16, 17 years almost.
Well, it's quite some time.
And there was a time at one point where I believed in the whole like climb the corporate ladder and do everything for the company. And then you realize that these companies, they care about their bottom dollar, which understandably so. As a businessman, you realize that you do have to worry about that. But it's sad to see when they don't value employees at some of these big companies. I've had some friends and family members that have committed years and years and years and years to big corporation jobs, and then when the chopping block is up, then they don't even think about, oh, this person's been here for 25 years. They're just, sorry, here it is. There you go. Yep. And I wish things were different, but it's inspiring to hear that you've decided to start building for yourself and creating something. And I love what you're doing. So congrats to you. And then
thank you.
Farrell, had you done anything related to radio before, or speaking in public or anything like that?
Nope.
Never.
Stay-at-home mom. I didn't have a life. My life was, just staying home and taking care of the kids. That's pretty much everything. That's what I've done. Didn't really have,
Don't hold back. That's not all you've done. You've been surviving, okay? You've been surviving in the darkness being suppressed from society while raising those beautiful children of yours. All right.
Nah.
So it ain't just nothing. All right.
I got to say, being a mother is not easy. Being a parent's not easy. I don't have kids, but my brother has. My brother has.
Hey, you got fur
a
babies,
nephew.
bro.
I have fur babies, but like being a great parent is a huge thing. And I mean, you're raising the future, and like you said, you're a huge advocate for autism. Which is awesome. You know, like I love that you're out there and you're passionate about something, and like I said, you're raising the future generation. So that's
future monsters.
Big thing to do. A good parent is important, and we see when bad parenting and what that can create a lot of issues with people. And so,
absolutely,
Matt, props to you. I'm glad that you're doing this now too, though, because then you're another a different point of view that you can provide for his podcast with different questions. And
exactly. So real quick, Pharaoh Minx, I want you to say in the most natural way, Cody Perez of American Overdose.
Cody Perez in American Overdose.
You hear the voice?
Yeah.
I heard the voice, and she has talent, bro. I'd rather work with someone that has no talent. I mean, has the talent, but has no opportunity, or even knew that there was opportunity, or even knew how the game works. I'd rather take someone underneath the wing and show them this is how we do this, to develop your own revenue stream, to work with other companies and start getting your own sponsors and start getting that experience, because there's some people in the game that have been doing it for years, but yet don't have anything that I just mentioned.
Yeah.
And that's just because they're stuck in their own ways. And I'd rather take someone that wants to be taught and shown the way, instead of someone that, I got my experience, this is the way I do it. They're like, nah, bro. Nah.
Yeah. No,
that means there's two alpha males in the room. We're just gonna bump heads all the time.
Yeah. No, that's very true. It's having working with a know-it-all that comes in with their experience and all that can be troublesome for sure. I know that just from doing music. Like when you have your main core writers, then you have your support, and it's kind of like cooking too. You have your chef, and then you have your sous chefs and what have you. And
I sure am
good.
hungry.
I am too. It's good to hear. That you guys are compatible like that, and you're able to work like that, and you're able to learn. You're able to, like I said, bring a different perspective to the podcast. And what kind of music do you listen to, Farrell?
Everything except country and jazz.
That's not true. I heard her bumping country the other day.
You are a lie. I do not like country music. I like classical. I even go to classical. I love everything. I'm a rocker at heart. I love heavy bass drops. I love a good hard kick. I love screams. I love layers. My ears pick up things. I don't just hear it. I see it. It's like my brain breaks it down so I can see the different sounds. It's weird. My brain's weird. But if the music doesn't have enough texture and layers, it's not for me.
Yeah. For me, I'm kind of the same way. I pretty much like everything, even country, believe it or not. I went to a country festival for the first time ever last year. And it was very different than what I was used to. It was wild in its ways. It was wild as I've seen. I feel like I've seen rap festivals and concerts and rock festivals and concerts, metal, all that. And to see a country festival get crazy, I was like, wow, okay. Like,
yeah, that's all I've grown up. That's all that's out here is country. So
what part of
Florida, North Florida.
Okay.
Yep, North Florida.
Wow, we couldn't be. All of us are all like, and you're in the center. I'm on one side, and you're completely on the other side.
That's right.
So I grew up with
the industry.
Yeah, nothing but rednecks. Yeah. So those music festivals, I've never really went to any of those. Actually, my first music festival was The Gathering.
The Gathering. Oh,
The Gathering.
That's the one festival I always tell people that if you want to see some shit that you've never seen, no matter how many festivals you've ever been to, I promise you, if you go to The Gathering, you're going to see something you have never, ever, ever seen in your life. That's a guarantee. And I did.
I love it.
No matter how pleasant or unpleasant it may be, you've never seen something like this.
That's very true. So let's hear it.
Don't forget.
What year did you go? And where was it at? Last year. Okay. And what were some memorable things that you saw that you're just like, whoa, I'll never forget that?
Well, I recorded everything. It was a working thing. Yeah. I was there, but I had my camera. I was recording a lot of stuff. It was everything. I got a lot of the artists. I mean, it was a new experience. I'd never traveled. I'd never left the state. I'd never done anything. So that was just a first experience. All of it. Yeah. No, very sheltered. Very sheltered. So it was just a first in its own on everything. That was the first music, anything I'd seen. I'd never experienced any live festivals, any live events, anything. So it was fun. It was enjoyable. I was with family, all juggalos, all my ninjas. It was just wonderful.
Were you there for all of the days? Is it 4 or 5 days that usually have? Okay.
4.
4 days.
I was there. I kept out in my Jeep. I slept in my Jeep for some of it. And then a good friend of mine, actually, that I know, she lives in Ohio, and we drove back and forth an hour and a half back and forth to her house for showers.
That's smart
Nice.
because when we
You
played
cheater.
Yes.
when we played it in
I'm no
2015,
dirty
we
bird.
went the 4 days without showering, and it was the worst
Nope.
thing ever.
Nah.
I
Not
went and
happening.
jumped in Hepatitis
Never.
Lake, baby. I just jump in the
Never.
damn lake and I just let it linger.
I promise you, I will always have a clean shower to bathe my arse before we go to bed, especially after the gathering.
It
You
makes
remember
a
the
big
gathering?
difference.
They give you those little shit buckets that you could shower in, and like a little stream, little drips of water, and you could shower in. I remember trying to shower in that thing, and I just had little drip drops coming from the shower.
I
How's that
would
fuck?
not
I'm just
to
gonna
the
go jump
shower.
in the lake, man.
So Bounce, you've been to the gathering, I'm assuming too.
I have been to gatherings in my past.
Have you performed there too, or just were there for media, or were you there for?
So the first time I went to the gathering was to perform. That was in 2003, the first outside gathering of the Juggalos ever, and that was the best experience of my life. I got to perform like 15, 20 minutes on one of the stages, and I just remember having a sea of motherfuckers bouncing with me. Some people didn't like me. I did get some shit thrown at me, but it was fun.
Hell yeah, hell yeah! And you got to be at the first one. That's insane.
The first
2000
outside one, yeah.
Oh, the first outside. Were they having it indoors before then? Prior?
Yeah, it was all indoors prior. That was
Okay.
the first one they had outdoors, and I must say, major success. It was the best time of my life. I conquered everything I wanted to conquer during those 4 or 5 days,
That is awesome. Was that?
except getting a record deal. Like,
I think everyone wants to go out there for that. Was that in Ohio, or where was that one at?
that was a long time. I think it was
Yeah.
Ohio, or was it Illinois?
Could be. I know they've moved it around a couple times. When we played it, I believe it was in. Is it Thornsville, Ohio? Is that the city, or
Yeah,
okay?
Legend Valley.
That something like that. I just remember that when we got there, we didn't know what to expect, and we got there at night when I think 3-6 Mafia was playing, and we had to drive through like an area where it was just completely packed with people, and we had all of our gear in our van or truck that we came in, and our U-Haul, and they had to stop there for I don't know till the whole concert was completely done, and all these people were like walking by the truck and yelling at us and saying like just crazy shit, and I'm like, we're gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
And this is going to be insane. We'll never forget this. And sure enough, I have not. We actually camped there ourselves, and we didn't stay in a car. We were in we set up a tent and everything. Right next to our tent, we had people were trying to set off like these huge gas type of like helium fucking things that they had on the ground. And they were trying to light them up on fire to like set them off or some shit. And I'm like, thank God you guys weren't successful, because that would have blown us all to pieces. Like, what in the hell were you thinking? And we made the mistake of getting on the roller coasters, and this was later in the evening after we'd been partying and drinking. We later found out that the guy that was running the roller coaster that we were on was high as hell on acid. So I'm like, we're trusting this guy to run a machinery,
Oh yeah,
Well,
no safety.
but no safety. And it was
No
that one,
safety.
it was that ride that doesn't even completely buckle you down. It's the one where you stand
Mhm.
up and it spins around and goes like this, and you're just
The
kinda holding
whirl is
bar.
spent. Yeah, that's what they
Yes.
did over. Yes.
Oh,
No
my-
Spinning pretty
safety.
fast there, pal.
It overloaded, people not buckled in, other people just hanging on to each other, trying to walk from one side to the other in full tilt.
Yep. And
Oh,
who
yeah.
knows when he was going to stop it, because we were on there for a lot longer than most rides. Like they didn't care. They're just like, oh, just let it go. Let
Yeah,
it go.
just go.
I'm
They're
like,
juggalos, man. You don't die.
Oh my goodness.
They don't die.
Now,
They don't share their acid either.
I will say for the carnival rides, this is not your normal carnival rides and
No.
safety equipment and all of that. It does not work that way. Nope.
It was
YOLO.
wild. Yeah, it was wild to see people walking around with signs, cardboard signs that says acid, hits of acid for
Not-
$5. $5 a hit, cocaine, $20 for this, or whatever they were
everything.
offering. Just anything you get your hands on. And I remember Waka Flocka Flames played on the main stage, and people booed him off stage. They were throwing water bottles of piss at him, all
That's
sorts
horrible.
of shit. Like, yeah. So I didn't know
That's
what
horrible.
I didn't know what was going to happen to us. We ended up playing, I think, at like midnight on one of the side stages, and luckily the crowd is awesome. They're really nice to us. We've been lucky to like play it for. I wouldn't claim that we're juggalos. I don't even really like. I listen to some ICP stuff, but I wouldn't call myself an official fan or juggalo. But we've opened up for a lot of the acts, like cousin Cletus, Boondocks,
Boondocks, yeah.
A number of them that have came through Portland. We've just been thrown on, and luckily the crowds like this. And I heard that they can be really rough with other bands and with other artists. So
yeah,
maybe
gathering.
Don't start no shit, won't be no shit, okay?
Yeah.
Possibly. I'm not going to deny nor confirm.
Shit, yeah, take it.
Makes sense.
You got to know what you're signing up for. Saying if you say they throw shit, what can I say?
Pretty much.
Literally.
So Bounce, you said that you're an artist yourself. Are you still doing rap, still doing music, or are you dedicated to the podcast? You are?
Yes, I still conduct the hip hop.
Awesome.
I just dropped a track with my boy Anthony Anthem. It's a remake, or not. I don't know if I could consider it a remake, but definitely sampled. If you remember the '80s hit "Sunglasses at Night."
Oh yeah. I just heard that song last night.
Nice. We dropped it like 2 months ago now, and I'm having great experiences with it. I feel that it's probably the best song that I've ever put out professionally.
I'm about to check it out.
It's great.
So
music video.
Oh, a music video too, huh?
Mm-hmm.
It took 2 years in the making, and I know I can't tell you, Cody, it's been exactly 2 years, but it took that length of time for me to finalize the lyrics to this bad boy, and it's only 2 fucking verses, but I didn't want to steal from the original. I wanted to make my own concept, but heavily influenced from the original, right? I didn't want it to be about me hiding from a woman and trying to blend in and shit. I wanted to still keep my horrorcore elements into it. So I believe I did that. And for the longest time, I had no idea what to do for the chorus because I'm not a singer. And I know I wanted some kind of singing in there. And so I thought about screaming it. I thought about getting someone to do some guitars, and I'll do the sunglasses at night type shit. Yep. And that didn't work out. And so I found Anthony Anthem and I gave it to him. And I was like, can you do anything with this? And he brought to me what you hear today. And he had it within hours. Oh. And I'm like, bro, I've been sitting on this for almost 2 years.
Sometimes that's all it takes, man, is just getting in the right person that has an idea from it, and they're inspired by what you have, and then you hear it and you're like, why couldn't I have thought of that? You know what I mean? Like it's
right. But here's the most fucked up part about this, right? So we have a hit, in my opinion, a fucking hit song. I go and invest in doing a music video. I'm like geared up to like put some money behind promo on YouTube for it, right? I go do the promo on YouTube. We drop it. The community first, they go attack it first, and they show love and liked it up and cut through comments, and I was like, fuck yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And then YouTube restricted us, bro, because they said it's a, well, I forget the exact wording, but it was like inciting violence or something. And this song has no cuss words, bro. And there's nothing graphic in it. There's no blood spray. There's nothing evil about this fucking video or song.
I hope you appealed it.
YouTube is suppressing it just because we incinerate violence in some kind of way. And I'm like, dog, that makes no fucking sense. And so I try to appeal it, and they not accepting it. And I'm like, what is it in this video? Maybe y'all could go watch it and tell me, because I
would love to check
watched
it out.
Over and over, and I'm like,
I saw you make it.
I would love to check it out. So here's the thing. I recently started figuring out kind of how to use Google Ads, and I actually had to speak to a representative over the phone because it was frustrating the hell out of me. Their automated little AI thing that tries to help you to walk you through steps on how to properly set up Google Ads and whatnot doesn't have the most up-to-date information. And so I ended up having to contact or ask them to give me a call so that I could talk to somebody. So you might have to talk to someone, a live representative, because a lot of their stuff I think is automated.
Here's the thing, is that I do social media management, and I manage a few bands currently. And I've ran successful campaigns, and I can tell you that they've had violence in their shit. What I'm trying to say to people is that there is nothing in this video or song that shows violence any kind of way. And I'm completely at a loss. But you're right. Maybe I could talk to someone like, you know what, reevaluate this video because it's fucking family friendly.
Your 2 years,
It
I'll
is.
tell you what, your 2 years that you put into it, give or take whatever, is worth you talking to someone and putting the effort in to make sure that they get that video out, because fuck that, dude. If you didn't do anything that's bad, why don't let them win? Don't let them. I guarantee you what's happening is when you appeal it, it still goes through an AI type of like review, and it's probably still like, oh yeah, because that shit happens to me on TikTok all the time.
Sick of that AI shit on my TikTok, man.
Yes,
Oh my
dude, I always
They're
get
always
those.
updating it, man.
Oh, I always get that stupid thing that says this can't be promoted because it's low quality, and I'm like, this video I posted on other accounts and it's been fine. How come when I uploaded from this account it doesn't allow me? And it makes me so mad. So
The flags, the freaking
Yes.
flags you get on everything, regulated goods and services. Bro, I took a drink of my cup.
Yep.
I'm sorry. Don't look
Yep.
at the logo.
Yeah, I thought cups were cool. You couldn't have cans.
Yeah, you can't
That's why I
like
started-
this. That's another reason
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
blurred.
That's why I
I'm
always have my
blurred for
cup.
safety precautions.
I'm never
yeah.
sipping out of the can unless they're paying me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, fuck them. I would say definitely talk to someone at Google and have them review it. Like actually have a person seeing it versus their automated system, because you put the work
Yeah.
into making the video, you should be able to promote it. You should be able to have other people see it. Where can folks listen to the
Sure.
song, and where can people see the video?
It's true. Just go on Google. Just put bounce ball boogie, bounce ball BOOGIE, and you could put sunglasses at night. It'll take you to my YouTube, and it's right there. But the song is everywhere where you stream music. And
Yes.
you know what, Cody? I will. I'm gonna go knock on Google's door and say, "Stop fucking with this song. It's a good song, and families
does-
need to hear it."
Your
You are
hard
not
work,
wrong.
your hard work deserves to be heard, man. And fucking don't let that shit like fly. Really, like.
Speaking of that, though, with that song and the other artist that he's mentioning on that, Anthony Anthem, how quickly that he produced that in a matter of hours that he's been sitting for years on doing, that man right there, he can blend with anybody. Anything he can blend with. He's amazing.
Is he
truly
producer, singer, artist,
He's
all the
he's
above?
singer.
Singer, hell yeah.
He's a soulful singer.
Is he out of
Yes.
Colorado as well, or where's he out of?
He's in Kansas City.
Kansas City, okay.
Look at us, Anthony, showing you love and support.
I know.
Look at
What
us.
What I'm gonna do,
I'm
guys,
gonna visit you later.
I was gonna say what I'm gonna do is in the description of the podcast, we'll make sure to have all the links to you guys, to connect with you guys on whatever socials you want, and also your music, where to stream it, and then your producer that helped you make the song too, so that people can check them out. I like to help promote people, especially if you're on my podcast. I want people to be able to hear you guys and reach a wider audience if we can for you guys. So
Absolutely. And
That'll be
even though they
exciting.
took the music video down on YouTube and they flagged it for violence, the guy that made his music video, that's not the first time he's used him for his music videos.
oh yeah.
He's a good one too.
Are you able to put snippets of it, like on TikTok, for example, or reels on Instagram, Facebook?
Yeah, I mean, I have. There's snippets all over my social media of the video, and the video's not taken down. It's still there.
Okay.
It's
Just can't run ads?
It's just being suppressed. Yeah, I can't run ads on it. So
Yeah, it's
I'm,
worth
I'm assuming you're only seeing it if you're coming on my page, and that's it.
Yeah. See, I've had issues as well, and the one that got flagged for us was a song called Toxic, and in the video we have a scene where one of the bad guys in the video is cutting up drugs, and he's got pills, and I could see why that was not allowed. We weren't allowed to promote that one. I get it.
Mhm.
But if you don't have anything like that, or even remotely close to being violent, bloody, drug related, sexual, or anything like that, fuck that. It needs to be, someone needs to actually take a look at it and see for themselves and allow you to run ads on it. Do you ever use Groover.co? You ever heard of that one?
Groover.
What is that?
I can't say I groove with the Groover.
All right. Well, check out Groover, and I'm not getting promoted to do this. This is what my band uses a lot. It's
But here comes the sponsor drop.
yeah,
I know.
Groover.co. It's for artists to playlist pitch and to pitch videos and pitch for reviews for playlists on Spotify and Apple and all that kind of stuff. And also you can pitch it to record labels. You can pitch it to radio, DJs, influencers, all that kind of stuff. You have to pay money so you can buy credits. What happens is, like, you can promote multiple songs, you can promote one specific song or one video, and then you can go through a list of different playlist folks and what they offer for playlists and different media sources for write-ups and reviews, different record labels and what have you. And a lot of times it's like 2 credits that you pay. So it's like $2. And the person gets paid when you pitch it to a certain specific person. They get paid to listen and review your music or your video or what have you, and then they'll give you feedback. They get paid regardless if they choose to put it on their playlist or do a review about it or whatnot. They get paid regardless. But if they choose to put it on their playlist, which in a lot of cases, if you have something good, they're going to do it if you pitch it to the right people. They still give you the feedback and they let you know what you can improve on it, what they like about it, what they don't like about it. And they can't do something that's copy and paste because they'll get flagged. They have to go in there and actually listen to it and provide you with good, reliable feedback. I personally love it because it's gotten us on a lot of playlists and it's gotten us a lot of media reviews and a lot of views on YouTube. So I would just say, check it out. Go pitch your music and see what it's all about if you choose to do it. It's just another good way to get yourself on playlists. Playlists are a huge thing to get your music heard and to get new followers.
Yeah, well, thanks for introducing me to Groover.
Yeah. Groover and submithub.com is another good one to playlist pitch. So, like I said, none of them sponsor us. That's what we use. And I like to share the information that I get because I wish I would have known about it sooner. But obviously, like anything else, it costs money to do. And you're not paying money for fake plays or fake views. You're paying it to be pitched to whoever you choose to pitch it to and for them to review it. And if they choose to put it on their playlist, they put it on for like a month. And you'll see a difference in your plays and your followers and whatnot after it's been on for a few weeks. And so...
Very cool.
So you keep busy. You guys both keep busy with the podcast. What exactly? So explain a little bit more about what the podcast does. You guys have guests on there and you do interviews. Do you guys do reviews of albums, of shows? You guys go to shows to do in-person interviews at all? Taking turns doing that. Let's talk more about the podcast and hear more about how that all runs. And
as coming up as a hip hop artist, I never knew about Groover or anything like that, or ways to get write-ups or people to interview me. And a lot of times I would submit my stuff the old-fashioned way through radio shows and stuff, and I would get overlooked, or people would talk trash, or just they weren't feeling me. So I would find myself in no opportunities, and so that's what inspired me to do the podcast. And it was really just about helping bands tell their stories of what they're struggling with and what they're going through and how are they overcoming it. And that was the gist of it. But professionally, we help bands with advertising on our platform. And we're kind of anti streaming platforms. And that's what our goal has been, is to build our own platform where underground artists can come in and network with one another and be able to learn how to sell their music direct to consumers opposed to the streaming and stuff. But I know it's something that it's important nowadays. But on our end, I just feel that we're getting played. I mean, who breaks down a penny? Never in my life, as any kind of business have I ever done, has anyone ever broke down a penny. It was a penny's a penny. You can't crack that thing in half and just pay me a percentage of what you just broke in half, and they are, and they're getting away with it. And
that's ridiculous, man. It's fucking mind blowing nuts. Like, and unfortunately, like you said, it is kind of a necessary evil, and I would love to break away from it myself, to get away. And I feel like everyone is so focused on Spotify specifically. Like, that's the one that everyone's like, you have to have your numbers up if you want to get on this festival, or if you want to get played on Sirius XM, or if you want to get the attention of an AR label or whatnot. It's like, it's a lot added pressure, and unfortunately it makes people find ways to get around it and try to get sneaky, and then it ends up fucking them in the long run.
See, I don't agree with, and that's what I've been telling Feral Minx and trying to tell other artists that are in our circle, is that you don't need Spotify. You don't need any of that. All you need is a community.
Yeah.
And if you can help others and lift others and inspire others and be willing, that's why I think live streaming is so important, because you're literally exposing yourself. You're showing who you are. And the more you go live, the more people see your personality. And that's why now I'm just so comfortable. I could be super pissed and having a horrible day, and as soon as the red light goes on, I'm in work mode. This is like beyond that door. It's beyond that door, and what's happening now is happening now, and I could just put myself in that moment. And that's where I kind of said, Cody, ain't no one gonna do this but me. And I got to be able to lead this shit. And trust me, I've tried to work with others to put them as co-hosts with me, and life's and shit happens and they got to go their way. But what baffles me is that I keep finding a way to show up. Even I keep getting hit with bullshit, right? And so in my mind, I'm like, if I could go through the shit I'm going through and still show up, and you can't, that just tells me it's not as I feel it's more important than you do, right? So it's my baby. It's so.
Dude, you sound just like me when I'm giving the speech to people in my band and former band members and all that. It's the same exact thing I always say. It's like, if I can do it and do all these other things and balance this to make it happen, why can't you? It just means that it means that much more to me, and you have other priorities. And if you have other priorities, that's fine. I get it. Life happens. But that means that you're not the right person for this. You're not the right fit. And that's kind of why I personally have gone through lineup changes in the band. And whenever people ask that, I'm like, well, who do you see in the band that has the most passion and the drive and always at the center of things? It's the reason why I was the person that was on the interview with you guys, and I was the only person. The other guys had other things going on that they couldn't prioritize being on that interview or being on that podcast. And that's fine. Like I said, everyone has lives, but I can totally relate to what you're saying there.
Yes.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering that, because I thought it was like, okay, we have a band. I'm like, a band? I was like, what? A one-man band? Okay.
Yeah.
My life is busy. Life happens. I know life is busy. Goodness, I've been moving and everything. Life is busy.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, unfortunately, because of like, when you're in entertainment, whether that be doing podcasting, radio, you're a musician, band, whatever, there is hundreds of thousands of people, millions of people that want to do the same thing. And there's the weekend warriors. There's the wishers that say, I wish I could do it, or someday I'm going to do it. Someday I'm going to do it. And then there's the go-getters that are actually putting in the work and that are doing it and will do anything to make it happen. And I feel like that what we're talking about right now is exactly that. It's like, no matter what comes up, I'm going to make this happen, and it's going to happen. So speaking of the gathering, here's something funny. We got offered to play this year, and
Really?
not to bring it up on myself, but we got offered to play this year, and we brought it up to the band, and a few of the guys couldn't do it. One of them had a camping trip two of them had a camping trip that they had to do, that they had already like paid for and committed to with their family, and the other one just couldn't do it because of bills and this and that. And I was prepared to say, I'll take care of you on the road, and you just come along, and I'll take care of everything on the road. We have a couple of months for you to pay your bills or prepay them or figure out some way to make money. The only guys that could make it were myself and my brother, Pito, which is the other vocalist. And so I was like, okay, well, I don't want to turn this down. Let's talk to the promoter that invited us to play this gathering and say, hey, I know you asked for American Overdose. We can bring you the songs. We can bring them on the laptop, and we have everything on backing tracks that we could play, minus the vocals that we'll do live. And we'll still bring the show, the light show and everything. But this is why the other guys can't be there. And the guy said, I admire that and I love that, but we already have a lot of artists that are doing that. We were looking specifically for your whole band to be there, for a band to play. But my brother and I were going to literally just get together and go out there and play the show for the first time ever, just us two without the actual band playing live, because we knew it was an opportunity that we could not turn down. We couldn't afford, no matter what it was going to cost us to get there, we were going to make it happen. The only thing that stopped us, obviously, was that we didn't have the guys that were able to do that, and that's what they wanted. They wanted the full band. So, but that's just an example of sometimes you have to take it to the extreme. And when there's a barrier there that there was nothing that we could do to overcome that. And we finally said, all right, this just is not the right time to do it.
Not in the car.
There's always next year.
It's always next year. And we told him that too. I said, keep us in mind for next year. We appreciate the offer. It's been a while. It's been like 11 years since we played it. We're down if you invite us again next year. So yeah, the podcast, I can see how that can be frustrating with getting people on and then them not making it a priority when you are putting everything you can into it. So so do you guys go do in-person interviews too at times at shows or anything like that? Like, I know you guys are in different parts, but do you ever go?
So,
Feral,
man, I mean, I never wanted to go outside these walls. I want to stay right here. I'm protected. I'm fine. I don't got to worry about no one creeping up on me, no one stealing my shit, no one going through my stuff. And these are all things I've gone through, bro. I've had merchandise stolen from me while I'm out there networking and shit. I have my girl or whatever, or I remember I had my sister one time. I've had homies I even paid just stand there, run the merch, and whatever, they get distracted, and I get robbed. And I'm like, only one losing out is me.
Yeah, no, that's fucked up, dude. That makes me mad. We've had shit stolen from us too, so I can relate to that.
And I have this thing that when I see shit that's not right, I mean, I have a mouth, bro. I'm gonna speak up and I call shit out. And back then, when I was younger, I'd find myself in a lot of fights, trying to come up in the local scene, doing what you were talking about earlier, just getting yourself booked and perform and getting that experience. And unfortunately, in the rap world, this has turned to a bunch of gang shit. And I'm in the city. And I'm in the city of Denver, and people hear Denver, they don't think it's anything like that, but it is, bro. I'm like, we're fighting against ourselves, and it's unfortunate that I've lost a lot of friends because of jealousy and envy, and it's just sneak shit, and it's all because we're from one side of the town and they're from the other side of the town, right? And that's the only difference. And that's the kind of shit I had to grow up with. And so I'd find myself fighting. I find myself, like I said earlier, getting my shit stolen, or I've been jumped at a fucking show right in the middle of the mosh pit. They just came and 8 people came at me, and luckily I was drunk and high myself, so I could just not feel shit and just swing.
Wow.
But I'm saying I was fighting just to get an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? And that same drive, I was like, bro, I could do that same thing. And with COVID and all that, and Zoom and all these shits they were just putting forward on the internet, bro, I was like, why can't I just build on the internet? Why do I got to stay here in Denver and fuck with you guys? I don't have to. And that's when I started being a promoter myself, bro. I started making deals with bars and venues. And I was putting on my own shows just because I didn't like how these promoters were running their shit. And I was finding up and coming artists. That's what this whole podcast is about. I'm not necessarily chasing the big name bands that are out there, and I'm looking for the up and comers, the ones that are fighting and going through the shit that I'm talking to you about. No one in the world would know this happens to me unless I told you. Yep. You know what I'm saying? I'm not on the news. No one's telling you what's happening unless I tell you. And I'm not that guy just to go out and be like, listen, guys, these fuckers jumped me and I just want to come up as a rapper and I just want an opportunity. I'm like, nah, that's not me. I'm just going to keep fucking swinging and being authentically me. And I don't care who that pisses off. And trust me, I have a lot of people that I pissed off. But now I'm at a position where they're now coming into my live stream and clapping for me. Like, bro, you used to fucking hate on me.
Yeah.
And now you're over here throwing TikTok gifts.
That's fucking awesome, dude. That says a lot about you, that people respect you and they see the hustle and that you haven't given up and you persevered through the bullshit. And it's funny you mentioned the people hating each other or whatever in the local scene. I always thought that was just like a Portland thing because it happens a lot here. Like, and when I've traveled around now in other places, I see that there is beef on all the scenes. It's not just an Oregon or Portland thing. All the local scenes.
Go to Miami. Miami's horrible.
I bet.
It is horrible.
I can imagine.
Oh, we're shooting each other for no reason. So you just asked us about going on scene, right? And Minx is the one that was in my ear, like, we should go do media coverage and live. And I'm like, no. Do. So anyway, I said, fine, I'm going to be a brave boy and I'm going to step out those doors. And I did. I hit a couple conventions, right? I got some dope interviews and I said, I'm going to start applying for some of the hip hop events around here. And I applied to one, right? And they invited me to come out. They gave me a press pass, VIP even. And they said I could have a bottle at the end of the night if I wanted to. And I was like, shoot, I'm there. And I was going to bring my wife with me and just, have her be my camera lady.
Yep.
But anyway, we ended up not going because of family shit. And that same night, bro, they fucking had a gun war in the parking lot. I think they said 66 shots were fired.
Holy
Four
shit.
people got hit, one instantly dead. And then there was other incidents like when people were trying to run away in the cars and they were crashing on the fucking street and shit. So there was other accidents all because of that core shooting. And I was like, bro, we were going to be there. And this is just a week ago, 2 weeks ago. What was it? 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, about
2 weeks ago, bro. And we were
going to Denver?
Yeah.
Saturday, 2 Saturdays ago.
Yeah. And we were going to go, bro. And I was all hyped up. We had VIP and they gave us everything. And my instinct was like, nah. And then shit was happening like personally that day. And I was like, you know what? I'm just not in the mood. I can't be around people right now. So anyway, the universe fucking protected me, bro, and kept my ass home.
Yeah.
Because I would have been in the mix of all that. And I do not want to die because I'm in the wrong place at the wrong time in the middle of y'all bickering over whose girl's whose.
That
Or
is
whatever they're
very
fighting around.
real.
It's just that stupid what they're fighting about, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It is very dangerous, but going on what he's saying in the events, yes, we do on-scene coverage and events and conventions and festivals, and yes, we have been then. We have plenty of coverage. We're still actively going, and we have an upcoming one soon, too.
I love it. Which
we're
one's
going.
that?
We're trying to get to Tampa Death Fest.
Okay. I've heard of that one. I've heard of it.
Yeah.
That's fucking badass. That'll be cool if you guys get on that.
Well,
Are
so,
you- I'm
right
sure
now
you're-
we have it. We just got to get there.
Yep.
That's the only...
I'm there.
Oh.
Yeah, we have that, but we have done other ones, like we have Grable, other underground artists that we've covered and done interviews with, unseen. So I personally enjoy going out and being able to see.
You
those,
interviewed
'cause I
Living
don't
Dead
have-
Girl, for crying out loud.
Yes, I've interviewed Living Dead Girl in her trailer, which I was advised I'm not allowed to go in people's trailers anymore.
You should definitely...
Ooh,
not
what
watch
happened?
this trailer.
It's not,
What happened?
I don't know. Nothing. It was great. But, apparently that's not a safe thing to do in normal situations.
Living Dead Girl was just here in Portland.
She's
I wanna say a
great. I
couple of
love
months ago.
Molly. She is fantastic, amazing.
I think they might have played one of the rock. I didn't get to see her, but I think they played one of the rock fests that we played in either 2024 or 2018. I don't remember which one it was, but I could swear they were on it. But they were just here in Portland in I think it was June or May or June. I
Yeah,
didn't get to
she
make
was
it out.
somewhere.
But are you familiar with the Roxy Theater in Denver?
Yes.
Okay. We played the last time we were in Denver, we played there, and they said that like a week before or something like that, there had been a shooting. So there were still like the window was still like jacked up from a shooting that had happened outside from a rap show,
Yeah.
which is nuts, dude. Like, and I'll be honest, that area of town that we were in, I was like, oh, this is kind of shady, isn't it? And they're like, yeah, this is not the best. There's gangs. Like if you go one direction, it's red territory. If you go in this other direction, down this way, it's blue.
They just
Yeah.
they just reiterated what I just told you.
Just wear yellow, man. Just wear
Yeah.
yellow and,
No,
and be
don't
good.
wear yellow.
Don't wear yellow. Yellow's bad too. Well,
Yeah.
hell. Just I don't know. Just go nude.
Damn.
go
Nudist
nude.
colony.
Go black.
nude.
I mean, black is kind of neutral, isn't it?
I think
Black or
we're
gray?
all wearing black right now.
We are all wearing
neutral
black right now.
colors. Neutral
From our
colors.
trauma.
I'm trying to tell you, man.
From all of
You
our
know, the
trauma.
worst thing around here in Florida, where I'm at, North Central Florida, we don't have a bunch of that stuff. Not in the woods. We're like, cows and fields, man, tractors, old people, college kids. That's what I get. So I don't have to worry about like the gaming and the shootings and things. What I have to worry about are the rednecks that want to sit there and shoot their old ladies over who ate the leftover macaroni.
Holy
You
shit.
know, we get it's crazy. The things. This is Florida, man, for real.
I was
Okay,
gonna say,
there's the stories.
why is there always the stories about Florida? Like, what is it about? Is it something in the water? Is it the gators? Is it what?
Fucking
What is
hot.
it?
I claim Georgia. I'm close enough. I'm only an hour away. I claim Georgia.
I love it.
Claim Georgia.
I don't know. But shit gets crazy. Like,
Oh,
this is the most ridiculous. 2 houses down from me last year, a man shot his wife over a dog eating the leftover dinner. Like, the dog got onto the table. He went to the bathroom or something, and their dog got on the table, was eating his food off his plate. He came out, literally was shooting the dog, shot at his old lady, locked the dog in a trunk. It was, like, over left. Like, this is like 2 houses down. Like, I don't have to worry about gangs. I got freaking weirdos in the woods.
Mental health for sure. Like that's insane to think about. We have a lot of issues here in the area too. So I mean, I'm sure you hear about Portland and all this shit. And it's, I mean, we definitely have a fentanyl and opiates problem out here and that kind of shit. And they allow them to literally just get high in front of a business. They'll lay there and shoot up right in front of a business, sleep there, piss there, shit there, everything, like right in front of business downtown, and they don't do anything about it. It's crazy. I don't go downtown at all for the most part. If there's a show going on, I really want to have to see the show for me to actually go out there. I don't really go down there like I used to back in the day when I was younger and things were better.
Yeah.
So-
Well, it's noted. Portland, Oregon is off my list of buckets. I'm no bucket list on that.
Everything else around it is nice. You know, like I live in the suburbs and it's nice in the suburbs, and where I live, I'm about an hour and a half away from the beach. And if I wanted to go up to the mountain, I don't really like the snow, but if I wanted to go up to the mountain and go in the snow, I could go out there, and that's usually about an hour away as well. So Oregon is nice. It's just Portland kind of just ruins it for big cities as far as that goes. So Farrell, you mentioned that you are like an advocate and a voice for things like autism. What type of programs are you in, or what kind of what type of involvement do you have?
Well, honestly, I just local stuff, really, mainly. I do a lot of stuff with the children, their therapies. We do a lot of walks. Past 2 years, we've done for the walks of autism, Speak Out for Autism. We've done that. I try to promote more of an online awareness. The fact of being kind is really big. I found that there is just so much diversity and nonsense, just straight up bullshit when it comes to the online community and neurodivergency. There's no kindness. It's okay to be different. Don't judge somebody and attack somebody because they have a different perspective or because they are talking different or behaving different or, they are different and it's okay. It's
Yeah.
okay. I don't like the bullying. That bothers me. And just because you have an autistic child, that autistic child grows up into an autistic adult. The autism doesn't go away. The neurodivergency doesn't go away. But you know what does go away? The kindness.
Yep.
The kindness.
Yeah.
Because now you're not a child. Now you're an adult and people just assume that you should just behave like you're supposed to. And I don't like that. I find that is extremely unjust, unfair, and I call people on their shit. Don't bully somebody in front of me. I will damn sure call you on it and put you in your place in a heartbeat because that's not right. That's like calling somebody fat or, racism slurs or, just any of that. That's pointing out differences. And that's what makes us beautiful. You can't paint a picture with one color. It takes the whole spectrum, the whole palette to make a portrait beautiful. And we're all colors. And I think that we should just shine and be beautiful. And it pisses me off when people are not kind. So be kind.
I love that. Yeah. No, I mean, and especially like you said, online, it's so easy for someone to just go on there and just attack somebody for whatever it may be, whether it's someone's picture or someone's showcasing something that they worked on or whatever. People are so quick to like go on there and like, oh, this sucks or you suck or this is shit or whatever. They criticize it. It's like, if you don't like something, if you truly don't like something, just how hard is it just to scroll? Like,
exactly.
Why can't you just ignore it? Like, why do you feel like you're so important that your voice has to be heard or seen with your opinions? Like, I'm an opinionated guy, but usually it's on, like, it's not, if someone posts something that I don't like or agree with, I'll let it be. Unless I'm feeling like a troll and unless I feel like the person is like asking for it for something, then I might.
Rage baiting.
But there's a lot of shit that I don't like, and I see that I'm just like, okay, well, someone put some time and effort into that, and cool, good for them. It's not going to make me feel any better about myself by going and attacking somebody, and it's not going to make that person feel good either. So what am I really gaining here out of this? Like, it's whatever it is that I'm working on, I'm putting less energy into that, and I'm putting into something that I don't like.
Exactly.
It doesn't make sense to me at all, and just I often wonder like what or if, because I don't, like I said, I don't have kids. I don't know if they have any classes or anything like that they teach kids nowadays about how to behave with people online. And
sadly, no, they don't even cover basic human education, anatomy, a basic human anatomy, like your actual body parts, male and female anatomy parts. They didn't know that. My 17-year-old daughter came home thinking she had to go get a prostate exam.
Oh my goodness.
That was the day I realized the school system has failed every child in America.
For sure.
That is the day my 17-year-old daughter was crying about a upcoming gyne appointment, a female appointment, just normal stuff. She was upset because she was under the impression that she had to get her prostate examined. We don't have those, obviously.
Yeah, no, that's...
What is the school doing? So that was the day that I took that into my own hands. And that's when I started homeschooling my kids. I homeschooled all my little ones. I started getting more involved in their education, more active of their awareness. My 7-year-old now, she started reading at 3, not sight words, reading, full on reading. She knows accounting. She's our businesses now. She's learning interest in business accounts. She's learning all of these things, financial institutions at 7 years old. They don't teach children that.
Yeah.
They don't teach kids how to be aware of your surroundings, how, your personal space and protecting yourself. They don't teach children any of that.
It makes you wonder what the hell they're teaching them. What is it exactly?
Roblox. to be online. They are teaching kids more online and open media access, and it's bullshit. You are exposing our children to more predators, to more unsafe environments. They should have a closed internet for just resources, for educational purposes, for just educational sources. That's it.
And
Children
do that.
don't need that.
They have the
can.
capability of
Yes.
doing it.
They can, but they don't. Why do we have our children on the internet? Why? What is the purpose of a child to be online?
Distracted and to become consumers. There's a lot of what I think the training is really what they're doing. They want them to get hooked on the phone and to believe everything they see on the phone and to be controlled by that phone. And unfortunately,
They are
yeah.
glued to the phone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
What happened to the playground days? Like going out and building forts and,
Socializing.
playing,
Being able to
Yes,
socialize and learning to share and learning to be kind and learning to be a way for you to be able to, when you're out and about, that you can learn from different people and see how people are different, appreciate the differences, and being able to adapt. So that way, when you're out of school and you're out in the real world, you can blend in just fine and you can understand that
Yes.
people are different and that you have to be mindful of how you act and how you talk. And
Be mindful of what you do. Your actions have consequences, whether they are with you personally or with others around you. Everything you do affects something, someone, somewhere. So be mindful, and everything you do have intent. Make everything you do with intent, every decision, and then you'll naturally be a better person. That's just natural. But that's why I started the homesteading. That's why I got my kids more involved in nature, and I pulled them from society intentionally, from the media exposure part. I didn't, keep my kids away from people. They're wonderful people. They're social butterflies, but they know nature. They understand the life and death cycle. We've had animals. They've raised animals. They do these things, and they have a healthier respect for life in general.
see, you downplayed that what you do, and you said you don't do anything. And look what you're doing. You're doing
You know what I'm
amazing
saying?
work. That's awesome. Honestly,
I'm just a pretty face in a box. I just work here.
I
I
well,
don't
She's
do
going to
anything.
make her own podcast called Living Feral, and she's going to teach all of us how to live in a similar way.
is that
I'm
is that in the
making
books?
educational
Are you
things.
gonna?
Yes, I already have it. I have my domain. I already have my LLC. I'm making content. I do know how to do lots of things, all kinds of stuff, anything from preserving food, animal husbandry, apothecary, medicinal herbs, candle making, soap making, you name it. I know how to do all of that, and I plan on putting an educational curriculum together that will be available online in bundles. I will be, as soon as everything is good, I will also be doing live streams, podcasts, everything involving that. I really want people to take better control of their sustainability and be able to survive, not just survive, thrive without government influences. Our food security is devastating right now. It's crashing. Our healthcare is crashing. People don't know that they can take care of their own health with the stuff that's in their backyard. The government doesn't want us knowing that. These are things that our ancestors did before there was a CVS down the road, before there was a Walmart. How did we survive back then? How did we do it? I'm bringing all of that back. People need to do this more so that we're not so dependent on the government for our well-being.
I love that, and I think that once you get that going and you go full on with it, and I'd love to have you back on the podcast to talk about that and share that with us, as that's all very valuable information. What's next for the podcast? What do you guys have planned? What would you guys like to see in the next year, 2 years, 5 years with the podcast? Tours?
Well, for those that may not know, the new Underground Nation magazine has dropped and is available. You could go see the digital version now for free at the website or on the app. You should definitely download the app. Available in the Google Store now, App Store coming soon. But we have Deicide on the cover. We have Necrogoblicon on the cover. And we have an amazing stories with interviews with other bands all throughout the magazine. So
Underground Goddess is in there.
That is exciting. That is badass, man. I love hearing that. That's fucking cool.
So I always say you can go check it out online and that's always fresh. But wouldn't you rather just hold it in your hands and have a nice magazine to read while you're on the John and think, damn, I love Necrogoblicon. I'm going to read more about these boys. You know what I'm saying? You could get yourself a physical copy at ugnstore.com.
That's badass. I personally love having physical copies of everything too. I think that's nothing's going to ever replace that. So, and I think that that's coming back to where people like that. And so people like physical CDs, they want vinyl, they want magazines. So
we're bringing back the 90s, man.
I
We're
love
trying
it.
to bring back the 90s. And it's not just the artists that we cover. We do book reviews. We cover all of that, the music videos, a little bit of everything that's going on in the underground, events that are coming up, festivals, all of that good stuff is in the magazine. It's there.
It. And you guys, I'm assuming that you guys have a way on the website or on either the website or in the magazine that if artists or people want to be like, they want to pay for sponsorship or whatnot to be in the magazine, that they're able to do that. There's a way to do all that on the magazine.
Oh yeah, there's always a way, and there's even ways you could even advertise yourself within our platform just by visiting underground-nation.com. You'll see the prompts. Just click on the advertising prompt, and it'll guide you to so you could advertise yourself on our platform also. But yes, to sponsor and stuff, there's also ways to contact us, and you can always reach us direct at ugnpodcast@gmail.com, which goes directly to myself and Feral Minx.
Awesome. Well,
absolutely.
I want to thank you guys for your time, for being here. We're about over on time, but I would love to have you guys on here again in the future. Just a little bit.
2 minutes.
Just a little bit.
Well, but real quick, she just mentioned tours. We have an idea of bringing Underground Nation podcast live. We want to bring it live. I want to be able to go into cities and just have a show that's ran by us, of course, because of situations we talked about earlier. But I want us to be able to run the show, be able to do live interviews, not just hear the band perform. Let her perform, yeah, but also get interviewed right there live. Be able to invite other entrepreneurs that are in the community. So if you sponsor the event, you could come up and get a live interview, which would be great for your social media and helping your customers learn more about you as an entrepreneur and business owner, which I think is way overlooked. And that's our next phase, is we want to start working more with entrepreneurs in other industries, not just music and entertainment, because I see you, mechanic. I see you, general contractor, freaking pushing out marketing and stuff and trying to shake hands and freaking go out to these networking events. And some are actually doing really good with the whole word of mouth thing. But wouldn't the word of mouth and your reputation spread a whole lot farther if people knew who you actually were, the true, authentic self? Be able to tell your story the way you want it to be told, and not glamorizing it either. I mean, literally breaking it down so you could show your personality. So by the time customers call you, they already got an idea of who you are as a person. And I think that's going to be fucking groundbreaking with AI and all the shit. I'm like, bro, this just takes someone to go out there and have the cojones to do it. And I think we're going to go for it. So that's the next phase for us.
I love that. That sounds like a great plan. And
I was like, we can't end it without me at least saying it.
No, for sure. Like, hey, you put it out there and it's going to happen. So,
dude, I plant seeds like crazy. You remember our interview? I planted a whole bunch of seeds in your brain.
I love it.
Yeah, and especially if you ever need a rapper on an American Overdose song, I'm always ready to make myself available.
Hey, we might have to do that because my band, honestly, like I've already made this very clear with the guys. It's like, yes, we like heavy music, but we like to dabble in all sorts of different things. We always have since the very beginning. Electronic music. We actually had a song that we were going to do with a rap artist from here locally. It just never got finished, so it didn't end up happening, but that could potentially happen someday with us working with you. So that'd be pretty badass working with someone
yes, it would.
out in Denver and us putting it out there in the universe. And we'll have to make that happen. That thing would be fucking cool.
I think it would be.
I want to thank you guys so much for your time, for obviously the interview last week, and then, of course, being on here on my podcast. And I want to let everyone else know out there, we'll have all the links down below in the description of the podcast so that people can follow you on your socials. They can find you guys on the podcast and anything else that you guys are passionate about that you guys want to share. We'll provide those links down below in the description of the show.
Absolutely. I greatly appreciate it. Mine's the same way, all platforms. Same.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you guys so much. And thank you guys all out there for listening.
There you have it, Creatures of the Book.
And that is the end of segment 2. Thank you so much for tuning in this week. We are so happy to have you. And as always, please be sure to spread the word about the Liquid Shape podcast. We are now officially at 936 downloads since we started.
That's great.
That is amazing. We have been played and or listened to in 38 countries and territories, and we're played in over 215 cities.
All right. Well, welcome.
That is nuts. That's fucking crazy to know
cool.
that. That's really badass.
Yeah.
Want to give a shout out. We lost one of our monetary contributors, so sad about that. But shout out to King John,
Yeah.
who is a monetary contributor. If you want to help us out, this podcast does cost money. $1, $2, $5, $10, whatever you want to do on a monthly basis, send it out. If you look on Spotify, there is an option on there to support the show. We appreciate it. It does cost money to run these apps and editing apps and the host for the podcast and all that. So huge shout out to all you guys listening out there. We love you guys. Huge shout out to all you guys that are leaving comments and sharing your stories and your thoughts.
And engaging. It's just, again, it's just so great for everybody to share their stories.
I love hearing from you
Let's all
guys.
share.
I love hearing from you guys. Always looking for new guests to be on the podcast. So you can send your request to the liquidshapepodcast@gmail.com. Just come prepared to tell us a story that you feel is worth sharing with folks. Maybe people can be inspired by it. Maybe people can be touched and moved by it. It can help someone get out of the darkness like we were mentioning. It might inspire them to go start their own business. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just something interesting that people can learn from and be inspired by or driven, whatever. That's all I ask. Other than that, we are on our way to California American Overdose this weekend. I will be in Reading on Friday with the band.
Yeah.
And then again, we will be in Sonora for Black Bomb Metal Fest on Saturday in Sonora, California. So come see us if you're nearby. We're worth the drive. I promise you. We'll put on a badass show. We'll hang out with you guys, shake hands, take pictures, sign shit, whatever. And we're going to have a lot of merch on this. So we'll see you out there. A lot of new merch. We'll see you out there. I don't know if there's going to be a podcast next week because of that, because I'll be out of town. So just as a heads up, there may or may not be one, but there will be the following week. So you guys have a great kick-ass fucking week.
And we love you. Bye.
Be sure to find us on all social media platforms, follow and subscribe.